Oh yeah! Alright, we're all recording now. It's really weird that that's randomly rendering the video, even though it never used to. Hi, check 2, guys. Can you hear everything? Is everything the levels? I'm not used to that music feed playing, and I'm used to the other one. Check 2, check 2. Alright, cool. Now I just need to do a volume check on our input sources.
Oh man, that Pharaoh guy, I really hate him.
Yeah.
He's such a dick, isn't he?
I'm gonna kill the air conditioner.
Oh, hey Pharaoh.
Now. Blah, 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 blah. All right, hey guys, we're almost ready to start the show, but not quite. It's gonna be a minute.
Hey, get out.
50.
Folks, welcome to Ask Lead.
Okay, so we got that one.
And same-sex couples now have
Okay, we got that one, and I'd imagine we're gonna have these ones as well.
I'm gonna get naked.
You're gonna get naked, really?
No, not really.
Okay, because we can do that. You know.
Maybe.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe. Pharaoh.
No.
Pharaoh.
Oh, is this one of these mine? Oh man.
Pharaoh.
No.
What are you knowing about? Can you tell me?
Oh, so Pharaoh, I never told you about that modem. So, all right, so randomly, I start noticing that my IPv6 tunnel was down and that gateway was down. So I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Like, this modem just died or something. So this is the modem that has the modified firmware on it, right? So I reboot it and I start looking through the logs and I realize that it can't connect to the CMTS. And I'm like, well, this is really fucking weird. So I keep looking through these log files and I'm like, okay, so it's got the right frequency provision and it can send pushes out and I'm getting like SNMP responses, but it's not like giving me the config, or at least it's not trying to give me the config for my cert and everything that I have on the modem. And so I keep playing with it and I'm like, this is so freaking weird. So I keep looking through it and I'm contacting all of my friends. I'm like, do you guys know what's wrong with this modem? Do you guys know what's wrong with this? And it's just so weird. And then so I just leave it for I just disabled it and I just left it for a few days. I was pissed at it. And this was right after we got back from Anthrocon. And so finally, I'm cooking a bunch of food earlier today, and I go down to the basement. I'm like, I'm just gonna take a look at it. So I go into the basement, I open up the server rack, the fucking cable fell out of the back of the modem. I went through so much stuff, like hopping and pasting log files, doing research on how the DOCSIS provisioning works, fucking cable fell out.
Check cables.
I was so pissed.
Like rule 1 of IT.
I'm getting angry
Isn't that
at you.
like rule 1 of IT?
Because you work for that ISP, and it makes me upset because I know that that's what, if I called.
I'm glad you're becoming one of those customers that can't unplug their equipment.
But because I thought at first I was like, is there an outage in the area? But the other modem still had a connection, so it wasn't that. And they're both. So then I was wondering if something had come out on the amp because I have an amplifier. And my modem doesn't respond to SNMP, by the way. That way you can't tell what. Yeah. Anyway, I need to open this.
Isn't first rule of IT check your cables? Isn't that the first rule of IT?
It's the first rule of IT. But I never bothered to go into the basement and to check it because what's weird is it was partially getting responses from the CMTS. So because just so you know, the part of the coax that you actually screw in was still on the modem. The cable actually came out of the crimp, the end of the cable came off. So what I'm thinking happened is it was in the modem for a short amount of time, and then it fell behind the server rack. That's what I'm thinking happened. But anyway, so that was a thing.
Did you try turning it off and on again?
No, yes, I did try that multiple times, and it didn't work. But anyway, so I was like, okay, you gotta be kidding me if this was the problem the whole time, not just recently. So I go and I plug the cable in. 2 seconds later, I get a notification on my phone that from my firewall that the IP address changed. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I was so pissed. God damn it.
All I hear is the aluminum foil just everywhere.
Here, I'll let you open these. You'd be good at opening them. You can deal with that right now.
Do it with your ass.
Yeah, do it with your ass.
You're the one that has the, gripping anus as your superpower.
what was the name?
What?
Oh, you missed the ride down to Anthrocon.
I
Car
did.
rides.
I went there on
God.
Wednesday because
Yeah.
I was on staff, so I had to go
You
early.
missed out on
Yeah.
a lot of crazy shit. Oh yeah. Oh, adjust it. Oh. A lot of crazy shit.
Okay.
The tank.
Are we recording right now or no?
Yes, we're recording on
Oh, okay,
everything.
good.
we haven't officially started, but we're recording. I still
taint
gotta
saint.
make.
The Taint Saints.
I don't even want to know. I don't even think if I was in that car, I'd be able to handle it.
We couldn't handle it.
All right.
We couldn't. It was bad.
All right. So send notification.
Ain't saints.
Subscribe Twitter. Starting
Bottle
FurCast.
opener.
I have one in my van.
I have one in my car.
Damn it.
I might have one somewhere. Hold on.
Like I said, use your buns of steel.
You know what? I think
See, if it was just
okay. CJ, see like that little like leather rectangle thing right there?
This thing?
Yes, grab that. Does it have anything in it?
Next to the dildos? I don't know.
Yes, that should have. It's like
Wait. It's like a Swiss Army knife.
it's a Swiss Army knife, and somewhere in here there's a bottle opener. I don't know
because
where.
it's a bottle and a cork.
Oh, really?
Man, really,
It's a bottle and a cork, man. This is like a
really-
challenge. Here, I'll let you figure
really
it out. There
fucked you guys over.
Figure it out. All you do is just give me a bottle.
Yes,
opener.
because I got shit to do. All right, so now.
I hate you so much right now.
Blame Shisha. He's the one who gave us the beer.
I'm not blaming him at all. Gave me beer. You're the one that can't provide.
That's no twist cap, says Shisha right now on Telegram. Oh man, he's at a party with a bunch of people.
that's like
You're
Shisha.
almost there. You're still fucked though.
fuck.
Oh
This is like denying people booze.
there's
Like,
a bottle opener in the kitchen in one of the drawers. Do you want me to go?
so not only is there not a twist top on the top, once you finally get a bottle opener to open up your cap, got a nice little cork in there too.
Oh my god.
Who denies an alcoholic booze? Like if you're drunk, you're never getting this off.
At that point, I just smashed the bottle.
Just smash the bottle and be like,
I'd get a straw and pick it up off the floor. That's what I would do.
all the glass and everything.
Wasn't prepared for this. I would.
You tried, honey. You tried.
Like I said, there's a bottle opener in the or like a cork.
You don't even know where it is. You're just saying there's a bottle opener
Okay,
somewhere.
do you know where the silverware is in our kitchen?
Yes.
Okay, it's in the drawer to the right of that.
I thought there wasn't a drawer to the right. I thought the right
Yes,
of
there is. That's in the center. Have you never been in my kitchen?
Yes, for been your friend for 5 years and never been in your kitchen. I like avoid it. It's like
Okay, do we want to like?
He's never been to your house.
I know.
Do you want me to go get it?
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go get it. All right, I'll be right back, guys. And entertain all the people who are listening because we're starting late now.
Oh,
we
can entertain him.
Entertain them. I'm trying to open up a bottle.
Just tongue it.
Just tongue the cork. You know, I'm just that strong. I think there has to be a law against this. Like who does? Like that's like double protection. That's like wrapping your dick in 2 condoms.
What? Wrap it twice.
It feels nice.
When it comes to condoms, put 2 on. You know that song?
No, I do not. I've
I
never
love
thought that.
college. You don't. Oh God, you're
Oh man.
dead to me.
All right, I'm back.
What song is that?
You've never heard the "I Love College" song.
No.
No,
You've heard
I've never heard
You've
that.
heard it. It's like an
I've
old.
never heard that.
No, you've heard it. I don't give a shit what you say.
All right, do we want to do the studio update stuff first? Yeah, why don't we do that first just because it's quick, we can get it out of the way. Then we'll do the donation stuff. Then we'll do my health. Then we'll do Anthrocon. Then we'll do the in the media this week. So I guess we'll keep it in the same order that it is already in the thing. Pharaoh's trying. I love how you're just turning it. You're not like.
I don't give a fuck.
It's gonna be so hard to get that off the cork now.
Good luck getting yours.
Really? Oh, you're an ass.
Wait, I got
You're
it.
a dick.
I got it. Hold on, I can
Certified dick.
Cheers.
It's not even open
Have
yet.
fun being there for the next year. All right, that didn't take too long.
Hate you, Pharaoh. Anyway, so as soon as we open these, we'll start it.
We didn't even explain what they were.
Yeah, we haven't, but we can on the show, so it's okay. There we go. There we go. How's that, Pharaoh? I'm actually taking mine off for the next person who uses this thing, which is gonna be like never, because nobody in my family drinks. Including me.
Lindeman's 1822.
This will be the first time ever.
Lambic beer.
Oh, I got this nice Pepsi here.
All right. I think Shisha's delayed in the stream because he said twisted it, and that's like exactly what I did. So I don't know. That's what I did, Shisha.
This is legit German beer.
Is it?
This is German beer. This is not the
No,
American.
he's just going. He's going in. He already.
He didn't even cheer or anything. He's just
Wow.
Wow. And that is like,
Didn't even
I feel like
cheer.
it's like the cherry Pepsi, but like with alcohol in it. It's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
That can't be a beer.
Somebody in the chat room says, wait, Paradox drinks now? No, I do not drink. I have actually never had a beer or wine or anything. I just don't ever drink. I just don't have an interest in it, mainly because I can't stand the taste of alcohol. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, I just took a sip of this, and I kind of think it's, ugh, but I'm going to drink it for the show because Shisha gave it to me. And when an adorable husky hands you a beer, you don't say no. So I'm going to be drinking for the first time
I can understand why the Germans
ever.
drink so much. 'Cause this is just...
This isn't German.
What is it?
It's from Belgium, you idiot.
Oh, in Belgium.
But it's not German.
Like, it was given to me by a German, so therefore it's German.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so first time drinking ever on the show. We're going to do it.
Taste this.
You mean just taste, right? Don't chug.
All right.
Don't deep throat my bottle.
What do you think? Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shisha, where the fuck is mine?
I don't think Shisha predicted you being on the show. Maybe
damn it.
maybe Shisha will send us some.
This can't be a beer. This is...
Dude, that tastes like something you'd give like little kids, like for like New Year's.
It's
you know?
delicious.
That's what it tastes like.
Like,
That's
it's-
kind of what it tastes like.
Like, I
that-
drink, like, even American malt beverage. I'm not even sure this is a malt. I can't read the lingo of German that is on this bottle.
Oh, I have a video of the parade that I can show, by the way, on the show. I also have, I think I have a couple videos of Viotti going at it as well, like on stage. He was just, trying to remember. Yeah, I have a ton of various, I think this is an example of one. All right, here's one. This was from AC. Look how many fucking people were there. It was crazy. This is the last track. Oh, and the
love
video
the
cuts off
fucking
there.
dolphin.
The dolphin thing was hilarious. But there was Adi up there. But yeah. Oh, that track was pretty crazy too. So yeah, fun stuff. AC was fun. So what I'm gonna do is actually prep that TV for videos, and then
Yo, it's hot as shit in here.
it is getting pretty hot in here. Yes. Let me just get the parade video ready, just so that that's there. Here we go. Cool, and I'll hit stop.
Toxic
on that.
Rabbit. What the fuck was up with that vine with Paul the Leg and the horse head? With the fursuiter with Paul the Leg and horse head.
Neokai.
All right, there we go.
Who has that?
Toxic Rabbit.
That was like the most magical, majestic vine.
Oh my god, I'm already getting so many alerts for the server. All right, so do you guys want to
Pharaoh plus dildo equals beer. What? Shake it and let the pressure do the work.
all right.
I did that with silly string, and we don't need that with alcohol in here.
Rest in peace, that fucking shirt.
I introduce the show soon, you know.
All right, you guys ready to go? Pretty much, we're recording on everything, so we're pretty much ready.
I'm always ready.
Oh, let me just do pause of radio stream down. All right, cool. Welcome to FurCast, episode 203. I'm your host for this evening, Paradox the Red Wolf.
I'm your fabulous blue fox host, Pharaoh.
I'm your pink husky host, CJ.
Oh, you're pink. That's kind of
Well,
interesting.
not like just a little bit.
Just a little bit? Just
not a lot.
some highlights on the
Just-
face?
Just tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit.
A little bit.
Just
Little
enough
bit
to be
pink.
gay.
Drink your beer. Fuck you.
So, first of all, I'd like to start out the show and just shout out Shisha Sheppy, who is currently listening to the show. It is past 2 a.m. In Germany right now, and we are drinking some Belgian beer that he gave us at Anthrocon. And we'll get to Anthrocon in a little while. We have a ton of stuff to go over. But this is the first time we're ever drinking on the show. I mean, I think you guys have had alcohol in the past, but you've never
the last
really...
show we did shots.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there were shots, but not quite like this. Like, we've never just sat down and be like, we're going to drink and do a show.
Well, I had that root beer. That was alcoholic.
That's right, you did. Okay.
That was last time.
You haven't. Everyone else
I
has.
never have. Okay. Well, then maybe it's just me.
You're breaking your cherry with a cherry
Yes,
beer.
Exactly. With a cherry beer.
Holy shit.
So,
It's the right moment.
for anybody who values the show for news and crazy news articles, you're going to have to wait a while because it's going to be a while before we get to the news segment. We have a very extended intro tonight because we have a lot of shit to go over. So I'm going to just jump right in. Studio stuff. So let's just get the technical stuff out of the way that a lot of you guys probably don't care about. Studio's fully IPv6 running now. That was a lot of fun. There was lots of stories. New domain names are all in, so you'll notice that it's xbn.fm instead of xanacreations.com now. We started switching everything over. SD video feed is now 30 frames per second, which will help a lot of you that couldn't watch the video feed before, maybe for performance issues or whatever. HD video feed is 59.94, but SD is 30. Two other technical announcements, and these are kind of important. Tonight at, I think, midnight Eastern time, the chat room is going to go down. One of the hard drives in the RAID array failed, and the company that is hosting or co-locating that server has said that they're going to fix it at midnight. At least, well, actually, I take that back. The company said they were going to fix it at 11 p.m. We're going to try to push them to do it at midnight. So worst case scenario, it might actually happen at 11. But we'll let you guys know on air. Just, listen to us on that. And speaking of other things that are down, the Pause Up radio stream is down. So you guys might notice that that's not really, syndicating our show or anything. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's it.
I was just notified that Shisha is laughing hysterically at your at least bottle opening attempts. I guess we suck.
We're American, so I mean,
I was gonna say we're
one.
American,
I wasn't ready.
All right, let's be fair. I have never drunken alcohol. I've had sips, but I've never.
So basically,
I've never been
to Pharaoh. What the hell's wrong with you? You never opened a beer bottle before?
I drink vodka. Okay, I just chug it from the bottle.
Me too. I had some this morning.
No, come on. Let's be honest. Everclear.
Oh no,
that's not honest.
Nope,
that's death.
Instant.
You don't talk about Everclear?
No, we don't.
You just don't talk
we
about
don't
it.
talk about it. Bad things happened.
It's like it was called the con ender.
All right, so let's
life ender.
I'm gonna say let's jump into the donation stuff only because we have a box of food and it is getting so hot in here that the food's gonna get destroyed. So first things first, I have two shout out quotes to give out. So quote, 5 years of FurCast, I grew up, established myself, and became who I am because of you guys. Can't thank you all enough. That was Ray Ting, who sent in a donation. We also got another donation from Pulse the Panther, who said, quote, keep up the great entertaining work, guys. Really appreciate the show's heart. And I'd also like to shout out a bunch of people who donated at AC. I don't have a list of names because most of them were at like 2 in the morning and they just kind of shoved cash into my pocket, which was really awkward. But shout out to you guys who did that.
Next time, remember to do $2 bills or dollar bills into his waistband. It's that's how.
That's, yeah.
If you need some lessons, you can hit me
But
up.
I would just like to shout out those people. Also, shout out to Varanus in the chat room, who is a longtime fan. He says, first of all, that he wanted a shout out, but also that apparently it has been roughly 2 full years since he visited and since you got your fursuit.
Yep.
That would make sense.
Anthrocon was my 2-year anniversary of having Pharaoh.
Yeah, so there you go.
You only in for 2 years.
Yeah, only 2 years.
Wow.
I know, right?
So then the next thing on the list was Shisha for the beer. Thank you, Shisha. And then the next thing on the list was we got a box from Australia. And it is sitting in front of Pharaoh.
Inside is just death. That's what it is, because it's just going to come
It's
forth
just spiders. That's what it is.
like Pandora's box. Spiders,
can you hand me the
snakes.
box?
If spiders and centipedes come out of that thing, I'm done.
Spiders and bees?
Centipedes.
Centipedes.
Pharaoh.
So there we
What's
go.
in the mason jar? Is that just water? Is that Everclear?
What?
Oh,
it's just water.
drink it like water.
Just vodka.
So the first thing we do is we open up this box and it has a little note in it. It says, hey everyone, in episode 192 Serial House Thief, you read an article about, quote, why some pain helps us feel pleasure. It mentioned Camaralo koalas and Tim Tams. You guys didn't know what they were, so I decided to send you some. Sorry it took so long to get there. I've also included Anzac Biscuits, Australian and New Zealand Army Corps, ANZAC. During World War I, Army Biscuit, also known as Anzac Wafer or Anzac Tile, it is essentially a long shelf-life, hard track biscuit eaten as a substitute for bread. Unlike bread, though, the biscuits are very, very hard. Some soldiers prefer to grind them up and eat them as a porridge. He also sent a catalyst lollies. I can't pronounce that.
Eucalyptus lollies.
Eucalyptus lollies, similar to menthol, made from eucalyptus gum trees. Castlemaine Rock, locally invented and made hard candy, first produced in 1853. Vegemite chocolate, a new invention.
Chocolate?
Does not have a strong taste like normal Vegemite. And Furry Friends chocolates, milk chocolates with an Australian animal on the wrapper spiders. Kangaroo toy, apparently a kangaroo toy and a boomerang key ring. Hope you enjoy Anomaly, otherwise known as Red Panda and Thylacine. So shout out to Red Panda, Thylacine, Anomaly.
I've never had Vegemite. All I've heard is it tastes awful. And people are like...
So I'm going to just throw this bubble wrap on the floor here, and look at that. We just have a ton of goodies in this box. It is just full of snack food. And chocolate, which is all probably melted. I'll just put that on top of the mixer there.
Eucalyptus sore throat lozenges.
Like, these
I can
look
use
so
one of those.
good. These biscuits look amazing. I can't wait to try some of these.
What is this?
Well, it's a little kangaroo toy. It's so cute.
Definitely going on the shelf.
What was that?
That's definitely going on the shelf.
Oh yeah, that's going on our trophy shelf.
It says
definitely.
I love Australia too on it.
It does. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, unbelievable the amount of customs that these boxes have to go through. Guys, I cannot believe the amount of money some of you guys must spend to ship us stuff. Like, it's unbelievable, especially food. Like, it's difficult enough to do that. But yeah, so what is that?
Castle Rock.
Castle Rock. There you go.
Let's see, actually, we got the Castle Rock. We got the rock candy here. Got eucalyptus lozenges.
Very nice. And we got all the chocolate.
Kangaroo.
Dairy milk, Vegemite. This is, I'll hold that up to this camera real quick. Awesome chocolate. We always love getting chocolate from all over the world.
There's a platypus on this one. I like platypus.
There we go.
Some furry friends.
Furry
Cadbury
friends.
dairy milk chocolate.
I'm a furry friend.
We need to take this out of this room because all of this is going to melt.
Yeah, actually, CJ, would you mind just grabbing this box and just putting it outside?
Yeah, I got you.
We got to try the hardest biscuits in the world.
Like legitimately,
there's a boomerang toy. It's a little keychain boomerang.
Outside?
What? No, not all the way outside.
Okay.
Just put it in that room with all the computers in it over there.
I got you.
So yeah.
I'm taking out one of the biscuits because these are the ones that are supposed to be hard enough that soldiers used to eat.
Yes. So we can probably these will survive in this room, hopefully. But anyway,
If they can survive in Australia, they could probably survive in here.
So, another thing to mention, tons of people have been asking me, so I'm just going to tell the whole damn story on this show. We're going to jump into Anthrocon after this.
Keep that door open a little bit, because that was a nice breeze that just got on there.
You keep it open a little. There is a fan in the hallway, so if you keep it open a little bit. But anyway, so tons of you guys have been asking me about this, and we'll jump into the Anthrocon review right after I'm done with this. People keep asking me what happened, how I'm doing, am I okay? The answer is yes, I am fine, I am healthy now. So, all right, I guess I'll just start from the beginning and tell the whole story because a lot of people don't know it. So I have
Paradox story time.
Yeah, paradox story time. So I have had a blood pressure regulation issue for a pretty long time in my life. About once every
big dick.
Once every I would say year to year and a half, I'll have an incident. And these incidents, no.
Sorry, I had to go someplace.
So I usually have an incident. Okay, so you guys know how if you're really tired, you stand up too fast and you get those blotches in your eyes, or you know how if you fall asleep, if you lie on a limb, it'll fall asleep and your arm will tingle and everything. Imagine that, but for 45 minutes and for no reason.
I scared the shit out of myself the one time when I fell asleep on my arm and it went completely. I've never had it where it's completely numb to where you couldn't feel it, and I flipped the fuck out and it was bad because it was I looked up and there was an arm there, and I was I tried to move it and I couldn't. I was that's not my arm. Whose arm is that? And then I went like this and my arm flailed like the Jim Carrey thing.
So I have had.
I thought I killed my arm. Continue.
So imagine that though happening without you lying on it though. You're just walking around and it starts happening. So that happens once a year. It happened one time when I was in a doctor's office. It happened one time when I was at work and I actually drove home like that. I could barely even see. It was pretty freaky. And I've just had a couple instances throughout my life. So anyway, for the 3rd of July, me and my nuclear family were going to a festival. 3rd of July, not 4th of July. There's festivals the whole weekend for that holiday. So we were going to a festival, and so we had just gone out to eat, and it started happening. So I didn't really think anything of it. First thing I noticed is that I couldn't feel my arm, and I was like, well, that's really weird. And then I was like, oh, I'm carrying all this heavy equipment. God damn it. So we're walking, and we're finally just trying to get into this park. So we must have walked at least a mile to get into this park. So we keep walking, and it starts getting worse and worse. Finally, I started losing my eyesight. The next thing I noticed was that entire moments were just passing me by. I would just blink, and it was like, boom, you're on the other side of the park. And it was just like, what the fuck? And people were talking to me, and I like couldn't understand what they were saying. So I was just like, okay, I just need to sit down. So I sat down on the ground, and I was really, really thirsty. So I grabbed a drink that I had, and I tried to open it, and I tried to go and drink it. Next thing I know, I wake up in an ambulance, and they're talking to me. I have no idea what the fuck is going on, but I just wake up in the ambulance, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's gotten to this point now. So apparently, according to other people who were there, I dropped to the ground and had a seizure. And I have never had a seizure ever before in my entire life. I didn't even know that much about seizures, but apparently I had like a convulsion on the ground, and but I ended up in the hospital. They had no clue what was going on. They said my potassium was low, blood pressure was a little low, but they really didn't know what was going on. CAT scan showed nothing. They said, you need to go see a neurologist. So, okay, bunch of medical bills later, I go and I see a neurologist, and they said, well, we're going to do a tilt table test, an MRI, and an EEG. Do you guys know what a tilt table test is?
I didn't. I've had one before, and I failed.
I failed too.
High five.
So a tilt table test. Let me explain what this is. So basically, they strap you to a table and they monitor all of your vitals, your blood pressure. Sometimes they give you an IV. They sort of like an EKG. They do stuff like that. They monitor your vitals and they just kind of let you lay there for like 15 minutes. Then eventually what happens is this table is motorized and it rotates up. So you're kind of in a standing position. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, why would that make a difference, right? Like, you could just get up and stand and you're fine. Well, the difference is when you stand up, you're standing up. You're moving your body. It's your muscles. You're in control. Your body actually does a lot of work to regulate the blood pressure. But when you're just strapped to a table, you're literally just changing the center, like where gravity is relative to you being in that position. So they rotate the table, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of weird, whatever. So I'm kind of there. And it took 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Everything started getting fucked up. Eyesight went completely out. I lost complete control over my body. I was completely paralyzed. Finally, I basically couldn't hear anything. And it just like got worse and worse and worse. And it sounded like there was an audio filter on my ears, which was really interesting. But I was just talking to the whole thing. I'm like, guys, I can't see anything. I was like, guys, I'm going to throw up. And I kept going. My blood pressure went from 105/60, which is already kind of low, to 55/50. Yeah. So I called my neurologist and I was like, can I drive again? Because I think we know what the problem is. And he said I could drive again. Because originally when this happened, they were like, you probably shouldn't drive after, I had this.
Yeah.
But, I guess a couple things to take away from this. First of all, I'm fine. I just basically just need to eat more salt. And that was really one of the things that made me kind of lucky about this, though, is that it was an easy problem to solve. I was really worried that it was going to be,
Bottom more, you'll get there.
I was worried that it was going to be tons of other issues, and
I have to be a fox sometimes to say things.
Wait, but how does bottoming mean you're gonna eat more salt? You suck dick. Sorry.
Anyway, so a lot of things that I learned about this, though, I did not realize, because I had no idea, because when they first told me I had a seizure, I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I do lighting shows with these cons where there's like thousands of lights in front of me, like strobing, and it never bothers me. But a lot of people, I guess there's just a misconception, like, all a seizure means is that your brain is not getting the nutrients that it needs. So, like, if you have low blood sugar, you can have a seizure. And I did not know that. I've never heard of that before.
I have the same exact thing.
But the other thing I would just like to say really quick, wait a minute, Pharaoh.
Okay.
Something very serious here. I would just like to say that I am incredibly grateful for my family and my health. And I would also just like to say that I have a lot of respect for people who have it much worse than me. And what I mean by that is, like, just not being able to drive for a week or two. And they didn't take away my license or anything, but it was just one of those things where, like, if I got in a crash, my insurance company would be like, lol, fuck you. It fucked up my work so much because my job is driving between different client locations. I cannot imagine having what it is like to have a doctor come up to you and say, you're never going to drive again, or like, you're not going to drive for like a year or something. I just can't even imagine. So I have so much
Does a bicycle count?
I don't know. But I would just like to say that I have a lot of respect for people who have it a lot worse. I can't even imagine. And just going through the little bit that I went through. And of course, I'm probably going to get like, estimating with my insurance, I'll probably get at least a couple $1,000s worth of bills from all of this. I haven't gotten any of the bills yet, but I'm guessing my deductible's pretty bad. Yeah, so that's my health. I'm all good now.
And I should jump to a little bit more humorous side. The chat room says you really need to get a salt lick for your room.
But I mean, if it starts happening, all I have to do is just lie down, like, and I'm fine. The reason that I had this seizure is because I kept walking and carrying heavy equipment, for a mile. Well, I couldn't even see. I shouldn't do that, obviously.
I really want to get you a salt lick. Because I just think if you were a deer, it'd be fucking perfect. Like if you were a deer and you were having these problems and they were like, oh, you need to have more salt, there'd be a salt block on your fucking bed the next day. And I would be sitting there, I'd be like, I got something for you.
Oh my God. But anyway.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
Yeah.
I have that same shit. Yeah.
You have the same shit?
Yeah, it's just with me, I just have to stay like hydrated though. Like it happened to me twice and both times I was super dehydrated. And I had the same thing. Think of my hobbies. Driving, okay? When I had the doctor tell me, oh, you won't be driving for a year, I'm like, crushed. I'm like, yeah.
Because you're a car person.
Yeah, and I told him, I'm like, yeah, you can go fuck yourself. I legitimately
guess what? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Fuck you.
I was like, yeah, fuck you. I'm going to drive anyways. He's like, we're going to take your license. I'm like, you ain't taking shit, motherfucker.
Apparently, when my blood pressure dropped that low on the table, I lost consciousness. Right as I lost consciousness.
Did you actually pass out
I passed out. Okay. Apparently, what I said to them was, I said, I feel so weird, but I am so fucking satisfied right now. The reason why I was satisfied is I was so nervous that it was going to be something much, much worse.
Yeah.
Like, what if I had to be on all kinds of, like, fucked up drugs or something?
Yeah.
Like seizure medication? Like, a lot of that stuff's really fucked up. And, and now it's just like, no, you just need to eat healthy. It's like, oh.
That's it?
Okay. Like...
The lady that did mine, we were, like, talking about school. And next thing you know, she's like, oh, you almost passed out, by the way. I was like... Oh, thanks for letting me know that. Like,
well, I wrote like,
but same thing though. I couldn't remember like anything. I was like, okay, what the fuck just happened? Like,
well, and then when they returned the table to normal, I cannot even describe what that was like. It was like somebody put a heater on my face, and then just like somebody was rubbing sandpaper on my legs. Like, it was the weirdest feeling ever. Like, I cannot even describe.
I don't suffer from this.
I mean,
you're missing out.
Yeah, you're missing out, man.
I had to ride in Sozin's like chair thing when he was at his house. Do you remember that?
I did too.
Did you?
I did. I went upside down, almost naked. Almost.
It didn't affect me. I could stand be upside down for a while.
It's not about being upside down though. It's not about. It's more or less like, I don't know. He knows more than I do.
So just going flat.
I just know I need to stay hydrated. That's all. If I'm feeling lightheaded,
it's
drink water, lay
it's
down.
a blood pressure regulation issue is what it is, basically. There's actually like an official medical term for it.
Vasovagal syncope.
Something like that. I don't know. I mean, like, a lot of times, like, I can stand up and I'm fine. Like, it doesn't affect me. It's just every once in a while, like, if I'm really tired or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
I've got the heart of a stallion.
Okay, Anthrocon. Anthrocon. Let's talk about AC.
Huh? What?
AC.
What's an anthrocorn?
Anthrocorn.
Anthroporn.
Anthroporn.
Anthroporn. That's a thing.
Zootopia.
Let's don't even go there. So, first things first that I would like to talk about, and I'm going to just mute this really quick. So, at AC, there was this parade, and I'm just going to skip to it here. I got it on the video feed. And there was just so many people. So, Farrah, you describe what this was like. I mean, you were in the parade, right?
High fives. To be honest, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was probably one of the best executed parades because legit, it became a fursuit parade. One, because I'm not really big on fursuit parades anyhow. I've done them since I've had my suit. But a lot of times I don't do what most furries do when they do the parade. Most do like the whole queen thing that they walk through and they're like, oh yes, wave.
Yeah, you like to interact with people and actually like have a good time and stuff.
Even an example right there, like there's a bunch of people that are just walking in a straight line and they do the royalty wave. Oh hey. Yeah. And like me, that there's no point in me just walking. Like I do that normally, so why would I'm just gonna walk? So I'll like run up to people, like even in regular fursuit parades when I'm like going. As with furries recording, I'll just run up to furries and be like, harassing them on cameras and stuff like that, and I don't know. So like to me, it's more of an interacting thing than it is anything else. But
yeah.
To go back to the parade, I almost didn't do it this year. It wasn't until someone was like, "Oh, they're doing something different," and one of the local furs was like, "Oh, I have my suit. You know, I really want to do the parade." Because AC parades in previous years were death marches.
Yeah, they were pretty dead. It's kind of funny because a lot of cons do the count based on how many people are in the parade, which is relatively inaccurate because a lot of people don't do the fursuit parade anymore. At least it seems like from
because
my
they're
perspective.
death marches. Yeah. They're legit.
I don't do them anymore.
I'm so glad I didn't do MFF's one. That one lasted for like an hour and a half. I think.
Oh, do you remember we jumped in? No, you didn't. You didn't jump in with us.
No,
we jumped in like the second half of MFF one and like got counted.
We were up on the friggin' balcony screaming at people for like what, like at least 45 minutes.
Oh yeah,
drinking.
My voice was toast.
It was 45 minutes of us screaming at suitors and joking with people, and then you guys went up to your room, got in suit, went downstairs, and then got in the parade.
Still had time to get in the parade. Into the parade, yeah.
Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But so for those of you who don't know, Anthrocon did their parade outside this year. Well, sort of. Part of it was inside, and then there was an optional outdoor part.
Yeah, you can continue walking inside, or you can go outside to the crowd.
So apparently, Anthrocon collaborated with Visit Pittsburgh, which is kind of like I don't know what the proper term is, but it's like a conglomerate of companies that basically promote tourism in Pittsburgh. I might not be using the right words there, but it's basically like a tourism promotion group, and they collaborated with them, and they. Pittsburgh knows about us at this point, right? Like, it's on every news channel. Everybody talks about it. This was crazy. I have never seen anything like this. First of all, normally when you go to Anthrocon, the restaurants that are like a block away will have like signs in the window that say, welcome Anthrocon. They have like Anthrocon menus and stuff. There were restaurants that were like 4 or 5 miles away now this year that had welcome Anthrocon.
Yep.
And they had Anthrocon menus. And it was like, holy shit. Like, no matter where you went, it was everywhere. The con just took over the city. And this parade, I don't even want to know how many people must have been there, but holy shit.
I think it was over 5,000, some people.
Citizens. Not furries, regular Pittsburgh citizens who just came to watch the fursuit parade. It was crazy, and the energy was unfucking
Were they only
believable.
outside, or were they inside too?
Mostly outside, although a lot of people registered and came into the con.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I actually met a couple people who were like a part of the con.
But
okay, we just came here to have fun.
Yeah,
I have to say though, being a fursuiter, I wasn't going to originally do the parade. Ended up hearing about this, and then went into the parade because I wanted another suitor wanted me to. And I was in the middle of the parade. And again, I always interact. I always ham it up. I love interacting with people more so than anything else. And I feel like that's part of the show of having a fursuit. Granted, to each his own. Everyone has their own ways of fursuiting. But when I walked outside, I can't even explain the energy. Like there was, because it doesn't even look like the crowd was going wild when I got outside. Like it was nuts. There was news crews out there and underneath the bridge area. People were screaming, yelling. They had the signs that said, I love Anthrocon. It was insane. Straight up, without question, probably the most insane.
Oh, those nachos, though.
Those nachos. But the other funny part was I started in the middle of the parade.
right.
And then I was the last suitor.
You were the last one out at the very end. Yeah.
No, I was still in the middle, but I started interacting with everyone. Like I started just harassing people, like left and right. Like one, I was running up to kids, giving hugs, grabbing kids, joking with the kids, and then I jumped in the crowd. I had a few times where I jumped in the crowd, and one example was I looked left, I looked right, and there's people like looking at me at both sides. There was no kids, and like I whispered to the one guy, I go, what the fuck is going on here? And he starts laughing. They start laughing. And then I was like, oh, I'm censored. Don't worry. And I had my censor side with me. And, they just lost it. And people were just loving it. So then I kept going around and just talking with people as I was walking. And then legit, because I was interacting with people so much, I had ends up I hit right there, where this is, the stop sign is.
Right.
And I think I was the last suitor at that point, or close to it.
So I have a video. This is from the convention center. So I was actually with the AV staff because I work with the AV crew at Anthrocon, and I think it was Kenny who is kind of like the business head of AV. He just burst into the ballroom, and we're all trying to set up, and he's like, "You guys need to fucking come see this right now." And we're like, "What?" And I'm pretty much the only person who ended up leaving because they were all working. And I left and came out, and this is what I saw, like what's on the video feed right now. And I just want to point something out here. There's a little girl.
The little girl in the pink. Give her high fives.
Well, I think she's waving.
Yeah, she's waving.
At some point, at first, she's gonna give her a high five.
She got a few high fives here and there. Damn. Look at that.
All right, hey, everybody only gets so many high fives, all right?
Yeah. Never even going into the.
Wait, there's somebody going. Oh, yeah.
There it comes. Oh, now they got the line of 5 fives. Oh, did he?
Oh, that's amazing.
How many people are in the parade?
A lot.
Too many.
A lot.
Too many.
Yeah, that's usually how it is.
Yeah. That's what.
But yeah, so it was just an unbelievable experience. But it's worth mentioning. So a lot of people, and I know this sounds amazing, and by the way, no questions asked. No questions asked. The city of Pittsburgh loved this parade. I mean, the little children were like, they were so happy they were in tears. And even like there were so many adults who actually joined the con, like went and registered at the con because they enjoyed it so much. No questions asked. Public loved it. But there was a lot of debate in the furry community about it. Now, I personally, Farrah, I'm on your side. I fucking love this. I think
the energy, everything about it was amazing. I mean, if you joined part of it and you went outside with it, because that's one of the other things I wanted to say. Was like, firsters didn't have to go outside. It wasn't like AC's like, yep, you guys have to parade yourself out into the wilderness. You're the dogs of the people of Pittsburgh. No, it wasn't. Like, you had an option. There was like, go outside here or continue going around through the con area. And most people chose to go outside.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like... So it wasn't mandatory.
Yeah, it wasn't mandatory.
So it was not mandatory at all. So a couple things. First things first, Anthrocon spent a lot of money to pull this off. Now, I'm not going to throw out numbers. I'm not going to speculate. I am on staff, but I still don't really know what the official number is. I just know it was a decent amount of money. And I know that Anthrocon went through a lot of work to obviously pull this off at the city of Pittsburgh, who obviously now loves it. But I guess a lot of people feel that this is not our job. Our job is not to entertain the public.
Is like furries are butthurt.
Right. And that's the thing. There's going to be drama over everything, right? So that doesn't necessarily mean that this drama
couldn't be furry without it.
But a lot of people have the perspective, and I have to say, I understand this. A lot of people have the perspective that they go to a con, a furry convention, to be with their friends, to belong with their people, right? A lot of furry conventions are very focused internally on the hotel. They're very, you don't really go out in public very much, maybe a little bit, but it's mostly internally focused. And a lot of people like that because they feel very safe. They feel like they can be themselves. They don't really have to worry about presenting themselves to the public. It's all just about, themselves. Now, Anthrocon has never been about that. Anthrocon has always been about going out, and they're good at it. Anthrocon is good at that.
Anthrocon has always been a PR con. Come on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
A PR con and a business con.
Since it's been in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And make no mistake, Anthrocon is damn good at this. I mean, they pulled... No other con that I know of could pull something like this off, and I think they pulled it off amazingly. So, I guess what it comes down to is I understand the people who are, upset or maybe insecure about this whole concept, especially since it costs a lot of money, and it's like, you're paying for reg, and the con is dumping, potentially thousands and thousands of dollars into the city to pull something like this off. My perspective on it is this. I hope Anthrocon does this again next year. I don't think any other cons should do this.
As I was joking about, no one wants to walk through Detroit in a fursuit. Give me your money, bitch. I'm a dog. Give me your money.
Give me your money. I'm a dog. But
give me the bone.
But I mean,
I don't know where I buried it.
Almost everybody that I talked to who was
bury it.
Almost everybody that we talked to who was in that parade said the energy was unbelievable. And it was amazing.
I didn't know they were going outside. Had I known they were going outside, I probably would have jumped in just to go outside.
To be honest, I didn't even know they were going outside until like the very last moment. I was in there and knew they were doing something.
I would have totally done it.
Something for the parade, but I didn't know it was this. I didn't know it was 5,000 civilians outside, like with furries, like
cheering.
Yeah,
like
I to be honest, I can't even describe the energy. That was probably the funnest fursuit parade I've ever done. Yeah. Hands down, the funnest fursuit parade I have ever done. So, it actually was fun. Can I just say that it was actually fun doing a fursuit parade? That's the only explanation.
That's a pretty big deal.
What did you say?
It was fun doing a fursuit parade. I wasn't just a catalog model for a suit.
Oh my gosh. That's why I would have done it if I knew.
Next thing to talk about, AV stuff. So I was on the AV staff. If anybody was at AnthroCon and you noticed graphics popping up on the screen, that was me. I was the same one doing all the stupid joke graphics for half of it, especially during the dance competition. Speaking of the dance competition...
Welcome to AnthroCon 2015's Fursuit Dance Competition. My name is Ronnie. I will be your master of ceremonies for this competition. Usually I'm one of the competitors or helping...
So this is actually the official dance competition video. You'll notice it's on the AnthroCon YouTube channel, and you can skip all through it. And there you go. Like, it's a whole freaking video, including all of the dancing at the end with all the people. Of course, it was so hard to type these, by the way. So you guys see these graphics on the screen? When they would announce the winners, I would have to furiously type that person's name. And they had
Oh, God.
They had a list of all the, like, fursuit dancers.
Oh, that's good at least. You have to guess the name.
But several of them were out of order. So I had to sit there and I'm like, shit, it's this one. And I think I actually messed up one of those lower thirds when it happened. But like you see, it says T, and then wait for it, graphic changes to T. So it's like... You know, I think I got it pretty decent. But anyway, so it was lots of fun. But this is the official video that's on the AnthroCon YouTube channel. And as you can see, you can just go to youtube.com/AnthroCon. They have all the official videos from the past year or two. They have opening ceremonies as well. Kage Story Hours up there and stuff like that. And there's going to be more videos coming in the future. A lot of them just still need to be mastered. They also have videos from last year, it looks like. Yeah, lots of fun stuff. So,
weren't you going to play the joke of doing a Griffin 1.5? What was it that we were going to do when we were doing with freeze frame? Where it was going to be Griffin 1.5 or something like that?
I don't remember. There were still a lot of joke graphics. In fact, actually, during the Rant and Griffin show, I actually did a joke graphic. It was, he was like doing something where he was pretending to be a preacher. So all of a sudden the lower third pops up and I made it say, like, I think it was like to the ranting preacher or something like that.
To the ranting priest?
To the ranting priest, yeah. It was something like that. But yeah, so lots of fun stuff doing that. Dances were absolutely fantastic. There were a lot of amazing shows. I got tons of great video and pictures of those. And what else to mention? The concerts were fantastic. By the way, shout out to Matthew Ebel. Apparently, we're going to be interviewing him. I think next week or the week after, we're going to be interviewing him. I actually I was out to dinner with him with the rest of the AV crew, which is absolutely fantastic. Next thing to mention, the new elevators.
We didn't do a short shorts party either.
You didn't? You didn't do a short shorts party?
Well, CJ did a short shorts rampage.
Solo short shorts party.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Zell was in short shorts too. Yeah.
I was in short shorts for like a minute. We didn't do a short shorts party.
That was my 1000% day.
That was ridiculous. So, to be honest, we'll go a little side story on our adventures, or at least mine and CJ's. I forgot what day it was. I think it was Saturday or something. That I ended up going. I think you guys were already drinking,
right?
And I ended up.
Was that the day?
I don't know what day it was. All I know is that you invited me over to your room.
That was Saturday, right?
I think so.
Yes, we were already drinking.
And I get into your room. One, you only had like 3 bottles of booze. I have like a whole liquor shelf.
Whoa. We got a fucking badass over here. Sorry, mister. Oh, I got like... Go ahead. Whatever. No, go ahead.
You know who makes the best mixed drinks? Me.
You make some damn good drinks.
I know I do. So shut your mouth.
You got your mother's jeans. How do you fit your legs into them?
I got a nice ass, that's why. Anyhow.
So your mom has a nice ass? I've never looked at your mom's ass. I don't really want to.
Moving on, AnthroCon.
Sorry. Yes, we were already drinking. You came to our room.
I was not ready for him.
Oh, yeah?
Just him in general.
I don't think a lot of people are.
I don't know what the hell he was. I was like, AnthroCon, like in general, like I didn't have a lot of energy. And going to find him, he runs up to me and bites my nipple. And I'm like, CJ, calm down. So what does he do? He bites my other nipple. To which point I'm like,
you are gone, man.
He wasn't even drunk.
I wasn't even drunk.
He was just like,
I don't even know.
1000% energy. Like, you know when you see a dog, like, do you know when you leave your house and you leave the dog like locked up for a little while?
Right.
And then you come back home and the dog goes crazy excited and like starts pissing all over the floor. That's what the level of excitement he had. Like, I walk into the room and he just like goes fucking nuts, bites my nipple. I'm like, CJ, the fuck? Bites my other nipple. I'm like, CJ! Then he like crawls underneath my legs and just starts screaming.
Wait, no. When did I do that? No.
Right after you bit both my nipples, and then you started laughing.
In my room or your room?
Your room.
I crawled under your legs?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Seems like something I would do.
So,
CJ's final form.
So another thing to talk about was the new elevator system that the Westin has. So for those of you who don't know,
that party escalated.
Oh God, I know that was just.
You got more to the story?
There's always more to the story.
With my stories, that was not the.
That wasn't even.
That wasn't even close to the.
So wait, you got more?
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
let's hear it. I know.
There's definitely more.
Just the highlights.
Go ahead.
I'm just going with the highlights, but I need to explain. So you left your room because there was no booze in your room for me to drink, and you were just too turned up for me to even handle. I was like, I need something. I haven't drinking anything yet, and you're at 1,000%. I'm at 50% energy level at this con, and we go back to my room. An entourage. We
had quite a bit of people.
Yeah, like
following
8
us.
people.
We had a good, like 8 or 9, yeah. So
there was nothing on the door. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
like a
tie or a
do not disturb.
do not disturb sign
Right.
anything
or anything
along
like
those
that.
lines. Nothing.
Okay,
Plain door.
just plain door.
Okay.
So, you go into my room.
Now, mind you, we're all drunk, screaming.
I was trying to. You were screaming. You always scream.
Everyone
but
was screaming.
I think everybody who's listening to FurCast knows why I don't drink now.
or at least, yeah, okay. Everyone was screaming.
So I go in first to my room, and there's 3 people on the bed. Like on that side, just sitting casually, and I continue to walk past. I was like, oh, I need a drink. CJ's still screaming and moaning behind me, and I think you ran in the room and you were like, better not be dicks in here, and just like sit screaming dicks. So I'm in my room on the other side. I noticed there's 2 people on the bed. I didn't notice. Just fursuiters. Fursuiters. And so I start pouring myself a drink, and I
I turned
it
around
was Zell.
first.
I think it was Zell.
it
And
Zell?
she's like, "Is that a penis?"
What?
To which point, I turn around.
No, we like all turned around at like the same time.
It was pretty close at the same time. And someone was getting a blowjob on the bed.
And I think the worst part about it is, okay, I ran in saying like, oh, there better not be dicks in here. We turn around, we see a blowjob in progress, and we all just like threw our hands up and we're like, ah!
And there's like 8 people screaming.
The 2 people involved were just like,
I have a question. How can you even get any pleasure out of a blowjob when this is happening?
they stopped
They
dead in their tracks. Like they were just,
They froze though. I don't think they were expecting.
They legitimately did not know what to do. Like, no idea. They're like, okay,
Do we stay like this? Do we
not
get
move?
up?
It's kind of like, if we don't move, will they not see us? Like, no.
I feel like that was the level of.
It was one of the best moments of my whole AC.
It was funny because
that.
I was like, I can't handle people right now, and then I get back to my room. I don't even notice this because I was just beelining. I was like, I need to start drinking. I just want to get in suit, and then like, I completely zoned past it, not even realizing.
We all did.
I know we all did. So we were all in the room.
Like 9 drunk people. Okay, 8 excluding Faye.
So yeah, and then
the rest of the night was just downhill. Just right down.
So, Anthrocon, so to jump into some other bullet points, Anthrocon's registration this year was totally messed up. I don't know if it was worse than last year, but so they ran out of numbers for staff. So there were just staff that just couldn't have a badge because they couldn't print staff badges. So finally they made an overflow group. And on the video feed right now, you can see that this is my badge, and it said staff overflow. And then they accidentally gave me 2 of these staff things. So I was staff at this convention, apparently. And then I was going around showing everybody this badge, and I was saying I have a staph infection. But yeah, it was, that camera died. But yeah, so that was crazy. The registration was messed up. And the elevators were also a bit wonky. I'll give you an example of one thing that happened. So you select the floor you want to go to, and it just does that. That was happening in the Westin at one point because
I never had that happen to me actually.
Yeah, it was only the one night that was really happening. So for those of you who don't know, the Westin Hotel has an elevator system called a Schindler Port system. So Schindler's actually the company, and Port stands for like personal. I don't remember. It's personal operators like. Something, I don't know, whatever that stands for. But anyway, you guys can look it up, Schindler Port. But basically, so when you get on these elevators, there are no buttons in the elevators. There's a closed door button, there's an alarm button, that's it. The way it works is you pick on this screen next to the elevator what floor you want to go to, and it assigns you an elevator. So it actually will say, get on elevator D or whatever. And you have to wait for specifically that elevator to come, and then you get on it and it goes directly to that floor.
Can we speak about that? Because legit, I joked about this the entire con. Every time I got on the elevator, it was D. Every time. I always rode D.
Well, that actually could have been
like
for a
riding
reason.
D.
I rode D the entire convention.
It could have actually been for a reason, because certain elevators will get provisioned to different floors depending on load. There's like an algorithm.
Well, they provisioned
that
D for me.
Well, you got D.
I got a lot of D.
Arrow is really good at loading the D. Rather,
Yeah.
unloading the D.
Loading, unloading, riding.
Professional.
I know, very.
So these elevator systems have been proven time and time again to be more efficient because the computer system can actually work a lot. The algorithm is a lot more complicated. You can actually prioritize like where pickup zones are, and the system actually knows how much load there is, which helps out a lot. Here's the problem with this elevator system: furries. That's the problem.
That's it.
That's it. That's the problem. No. So this elevator system works fantastic when you have a lot of people in a lot of locations, all individually going to different locations. Works fantastic. Absolutely efficient. The problem with this is furries don't do that. Furries will leave a room with 10 people, hit the button once to go to lobby.
Excuse me.
Get on the elevator. Wait. With 10 people. And here's the thing. You waited longer for a specific elevator to come, right? Because that's how this works. You wait longer for your specific elevator because it's assigned to you. You wait longer, the elevator door opens and it's full of people. Because people didn't hit the button, because you actually have to hit, like if you've got 6 people going to lobby, you have to hit lobby 6 times. That way the system knows.
Can I just say though, for out of all the Anthrocons that I've been to, this one, the elevator, I rarely got stuck not waiting for an elevator.
Exactly. It was much more efficient.
I honestly, for how AC used to be, where it was lines upon lines, I felt like the elevators were up and down so fast. Like everything perfect.
It was very nice.
I think it was only like maybe once or twice did I see a full elevator, and it was usually when there was something big happening or something big just let out. It was the only time.
Well, a lot of the people I heard complaining just simply didn't want to understand it. Like, I heard like a lot of times the elevator door would open and people were like, hey guys, is this going up or down? And it's like, it's not going up or down. That's not how this works. And there's actually a screen on the side of the elevator that actually shows a list of the floors that that elevator's assigned to.
Because there's no buttons inside. You can't go in the elevator and go, ha, and hit all the buttons.
But that's the thing is, it's like, people would, like, it's almost as if almost until the end of the con, people just didn't get it. Like, they just didn't seem to understand how it worked. Like, oh, is this going up or down? And it's like, it's not going, it's not how it works.
That furries were ruining it. I feel
The
like
Dorsai.
Dorsai were ruining it
So,
a lot.
There were a lot of problems with Dorsai this year. Dorsai did a bunch of stuff that pissed the AV crew off, such as turning on the house lights before a DJ was done with their set, among other things. But one thing that the Dorsai was doing is the hotel, I believe, actually asked the Dorsai, don't fuck with the elevators, because here's the thing. These elevators are designed to handle traffic. It's a computer algorithm. It's designed to pick up people on all 3 floors. And the Dorsai are like, no, that's going to break the elevators. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's the same number of people getting on no matter what. As long as each person pushes the elevator for the amount of people getting on.
Dorsai know best.
Dorsai. Yeah, so Dorsai fucked with it a lot. But other than that, it was great. But it was a little ridiculous, though, with the Dorsai. Like, I had times where I would walk into the lobby Sunday, 3 in the morning. I walk in the lobby, and the Dorsai was like, what floor are you going to? And I'm like, why are you still here? And he's like, well, what floor are you going to? And I'm like, what the fuck? I literally just looked at him and I said, what the fuck? It is 3 in the morning on Sunday. The con's over. It's 3 in the morning. There's no one else in the lobby. Why are you here? and just shit like that. And there was another couple times where they tried to like push staff out of the convention center, and it's like, you can't do that because we're staff. So it's just, Dorsai was.
I'll staff you.
It was bad. But yeah.
Well, to be honest, out of all the cons, Dorsai are the most. There's about a handful or like Dorsai that I actually love that work AC.
A few of them are nice.
I wish I could remember the names because there's a decent handful. I know I can get their names, but there's about 5 to 10 Dorsai that are usually at the same ones that work. Like they're the hand selected ones that usually work at MCFC. They're the ones that the guy that wears the beret all the time, which he's a hard ass, but he is legit like one of the best people. He's one of the nicest. Yeah. As long as you listen to him, he doesn't give you any problems.
So I'm going to say something really judgmental right now, and I feel terrible for saying this, but. Okay, this is really terrible. Have you ever noticed that a few of the Dorsai are like really under health? Like a few of them, like there's one where it's like a woman like walking like with a walker and everything, right? And okay, I feel really bad for her, but
Fair
it's like,
prey.
but
Take out the weak.
Here's my question though: is it's like this is a security team. Like, you're telling me if I pass out, this woman's gonna come save my life with, like, come up with her little walker and save my life? No, I'm serious. Like, have you ever thought about that?
I get you.
And just, I don't even know. I don't know. So, yeah, I
always think Dorsai
I feel bad saying that, but it's like...
I hate Dorsai at Anthrocon. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. Not all of them. I mean, I've learned that there's actually a decent amount that are there. They're the ones that usually work at other conventions, and then you don't even see them. Like, I love when Dorsai are not seen.
MCFC? When you don't know they were there.
Exactly. That's the way it should be.
Did not even know they were there. I think it was like Monday on the drive home. You're like, oh, did you see the Dorsai? I'm like, they were there?
Yes, exactly.
And we were like acting stupid, you know.
Well, it was even that one point where like Mike was like screaming like and rubbing nipples and like the Dorsai watched it. I remember the guy was like about to intervene, and then we're like, Mike was like, I need to calm down, and the Dorsai was like,
he's like, okay.
And then Mike backed away.
You know that Homer Simpson thing where he goes
he's back into the bushes? That's how the Dorsai were at MCFC. Like they appear if you did something wrong, and then if you corrected yourself.
Not even doing something wrong, just being obnoxious.
Yeah.
Like they should be.
Yes. And they would like appear, just to like show their presence for a second. If you calm down, then it was just like the Homer and just back into the bushes.
But yeah, so definitely a lot of respect for a few of the Dorsai team, and the people who direct security and stuff obviously do a lot of really hard work. But it's just like there's just a couple instances every year at Anthrocon that just never, they're like a splinter, It's like
I wish I could remember which suitor was, but I was like, I agreed with the suitor on this. I guess the suitor was was hot, overheated in AC and Anthrocon this year. Needed to use up the Weston elevator. One of the elevators was going up to her floor, so she went onto that elevator, even though the Dorsai wasn't inside, and they tried to get her off that elevator. And she was like, "No, I'm hot. I'm in suit. I need to get out of suit. I need to get something to drink." And the Dorsai argued with her, and then argued that she needed her badge name and everything like that. And I guess was like, well, you can't do this. You need to get on the elevator that's assigned to you. And she's like, I'm a suitor. I'm hot. I need to get out of suit. And you're stopping me, which can probably cause me, not probably harm, but, a very inconvenience if you pass out in suit or something like that. So that's an extreme level instance, but, in this case. But then I guess the Dorsai was like, what's your badge name? What's your name? I need to report this to Kage.
Oh, God.
And the suitor was like, please do. Report. I will gladly talk to Kage. And like, all I could think of is if I was hot in suit and a Dorsai dared to stop me, I honestly would just be like, "Fuck you." I would be so angry. The fact that like if I'm trying to get out of suit because I'm so hot or dehydrated.
Well, if you're staff, they're not allowed to touch you. Like if you're a staff person and they touch you, you can go right to the head of security and be like, "Fuck this," and yeah. But I didn't.
There's a whole reason why suitors get priority. Yeah. Especially, in a summertime month, and there's not. That's another thing that pissed me off about the parade.
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
There was no water for suitors at one point. When I got in, there was no water.
Wow.
Really? AC's done that a few times to me.
Yeah.
And I've learned to just bring my own. I have my own Gatorade. But I could understand them, like if someone wasn't prepared or didn't have a backpack or anything like that, and they walked the whole parade and then got in and didn't have water, could be bad. I mean,
yeah, it could be pretty bad. But so the dances were lots of fun.
What's up, Dan? Yo, man.
So this was Vioti, who's in the chat room right now, doing his thing on stage in front of like at least 5,000 people. And you can see a bunch of people right up on the front there. You can see Audie. He's the director of all the audio stuff, and a bunch of fursuiters that are good friends. But yeah, that dance was a lot of fun.
I love the AC dances.
Yes, they're always lots of fun. And there's Audie on stage doing his thing, and I just have a ton of random videos of this stuff. But so yeah. So Pharaoh, do you want to talk about the runner at the charity auction thing? What happened there, Pharaoh?
What?
What happened there?
No, you know,
Pharaoh happened.
I happened. It's just too blue. It's just too blue.
Explain.
Well, maybe I was mistaken. I don't think I was, but I know that AC has the whole charity auction. Many cons have the charity auction. I know MCFC did, and they had that one cute suitor.
All right, so let's explain what this is. So basically, at the charity auction, they announce, they're like, oh, bids for this item, and then what they do is there's people all in the audience, and they say, oh, well, here, so you guys can see it. They hand it to a fursuiter, just because it's cute, and then the fursuiter runs around and shows it to like all the people in the crowd, and you can raise your hand, and the fursuiter will come up and show it to you, so that you know what you're bidding on. That's what a runner is. Okay, so you applied to be a runner, and what happened?
I was denied.
Okay,
but
why were you denied?
It wasn't that the position was full. It was that I needed 5 years of experience professionally running items.
What? You need 5 years of experience doing something that I don't think cons have been doing for that many years.
Well, to be fair, it was years of experience under their mentorship.
Okay. So it was wait, years of experience doing what?
Running, holding items out of suit to show that you can capably hold items and present them.
Right.
I don't think you're capable of that, Pharaoh.
I don't.
Not at all.
Wait, so they legit told you that you can't be a runner because you don't have enough experience in fursuit, like
not in fursuit, experience holding items out of suit to present to people.
Even though the suitors that usually have been doing it haven't been doing it for that long.
Can I bid on that beer? You're really good at that.
I know. I feel like I'm pretty good at it. I was actually practicing.
Somebody in the chat room says you're running wrong.
I am running wrong.
You're holding it wrong.
I'm holding it wrong.
Running wrong.
Running wrong.
More towards the base.
Dong. What?
Just the tip.
Oh, just the tip. Okay.
So that was the thing. You got.
No, to be honest, like I jokingly, told you about it. I don't know. Maybe AC stopped doing any kind of fursuit or running any kind of item. I guess maybe. Granted, I would have been fine if they said, the position's already full. You already got people, that are doing it. But I think it was just the way that the tact of how it was presented to me. Right. It was like, oh yeah, well you can't because you need experience of doing it for years under trained staff. And any other con I could definitely do it.
Right.
Probably will maybe even do it at MFF or another con. But I don't know. I was just a little offset by that. Regardless, then I had to make a joke out of it because I was not pissed, but angry at how it was handled.
Yeah.
So, jokingly, I always then I never get mad or like that. So I thought I'd make a big, huge joke out of it. And the fact is that I was going to pretend like I was a terrible item holder. With freeze frame, I still want to do it. And maybe if I apply with this video, they'll understand how good I can be.
Oh, yes. You should totally do that.
So my idea was the whole Karate Kid montage. So me in suit trying to pick up and hold items and just dropping them and failing them miserably. And then just have someone else come in and be like, I will show you the way. And then just doing the whole training montage of me picking up items and having a hard time trying to show them and then learning through montage of slowly becoming stronger, holding items better, presenting item better. And then I feel like at the end of the video, it just has to be me holding up an item and I just
imagine it's like an employee training video.
Well, I was thinking at the end, this is how I was going to end up is us recording this whole thing, the whole montage with freeze frame or something like that. And at the end of the video, it's just me holding up items and they glow and people just start throwing money at me.
I love it. That sounds great. Man. Well, I guess that's our not short review of AC. That was Intercom.
Well, funny to add my story about the whole dickening.
Uh-oh. What happened?
There's more.
But wait, there's more. No, it was what made that so much more funny was prior to any of that. The people that were in my room and then like other people that they're friends with, they joked because everyone said that I was the anti-boner. Like I just kill
Right, we've
moods.
joked about that on the show before.
I know we've joked on the show before, and people like knew that, and they're like, "Ha ha ha, that's so funny. You definitely," and they took it as a joke. And I'm like, "No, seriously, I'm just put into situations where when things happen that are sexual, I completely kill the mood, not by trying, like not on purpose, just by accident. I just completely, I'm in the wrong place
This happens.
at the wrong time, always.
Yeah.
Destroyer of boners."
Right.
Boner destroyer.
And that whole incident happened like days later. And all they could say was, "I didn't know. I thought you were joking." And it was like, nope, I am for some reason the anti-boner.
You know what's funny? You have never ruined sex for me with anybody. That
I've never walked in on you having sex.
Yeah, you never have. Well, see, then again, I don't really... See, like I mentioned where I don't really do the drinking thing, like I don't really go to parties and do stuff like that. I'm more like intimate, like alone time with somebody when I do
don't
that.
make it a habit to walk in on people having sex. It just so happens that people don't.
Yes, you do.
But it wasn't even that
I
we
do
were
not
having a
make it a
party.
habit.
They were just chilling, so they might have been having.
See, that's the thing. A lot of the people you hang out with are the kind of people who would do that at a party. Where it's like,
But no, they're not. I feel like they're
a lot
not.
of our parties, nothing
No,
sexual.
never.
oh no, I'm not saying
happens.
you got your parties. I'm just saying a lot of the people, like I feel like that you guys know, are the type that would do that. Like you knew the two people who were doing that, right?
Maybe, but they weren't like having a party, like just to go.
But I've been to other room parties where like I've just walked in and it's just like, hello. I don't know. I'm all for it. Doesn't, again, I've never been bothered. It never like offends me. I think that's what offsets a lot of people too.
Right.
Is like when I walk in on something, I just don't care. Like if I'm like, I
See,
beeline.
I've had times where I've actually walked into a room. Well, two of my roommates were like going at it. And they were just like, oh, hey. And they were kind of like stopped. And I was like, oh, no, it's fine. I was just going to grab something. And we just all started talking. And we got into this huge, like, completely deep psychological conversation. Like, philosophical. No, but like, they were more interested in the conversation. So they stopped. And like we were all ended up sitting for like the next hour having this conversation. Then eventually I was like, oh, well, I was gonna leave, so I'm gonna go leave now. And they're like, yeah, we should probably finish. So I left the room, and I guess they must have fit.
I've done that too, but it was the exact opposite. Like I walked in the room, like they had a conversation legitimately with someone who was naked, like they were naked, and I was like, oh, hey, how and just because I was getting out, like I forgot I was getting out a suit or something, and I just legit had a conversation, and they were so like, why are you having a conversation? How are you not offended by this?
Yeah, some people, it depends on the people. Like, some people are like, oh, that's fine if you come into the room, but, just go in and grab something and get out of the room, right? And then other people are like, no, I'll have a full-on conversation with you while I'm in
Hi,
the room.
Zumaro.
Shout out to Zumaro. He's our web developer.
I killed his boner once.
So before we jump into the very last part of the intro here, I just want to say shout out to all of the wonderful people who are at IC. Shout out to everybody who helped pull it off. And chat room, right now, I just want to remind you, for anybody who joined the show late, the chat room is going down tonight at either 11 p.m. Eastern or midnight. We're not sure when the hosting provider is going to pull the server. One of the hard drives in the RAID array is failing. They need to replace it. We don't know when they're going to do it, and it's too late for us to really set it up so that it would have been redundant. So, yeah, too bad.
Excuse me. I had another good story from AC that you didn't even touch on.
Uh-oh.
Am I involved?
All right.
The magic trick.
Oh. Yeah.
All right, last story, go.
So, one of our friends, mutual friend, Sozin,
Asshole.
lives in Indiana, was coming up just for the day. He didn't know. I knew.
I had no idea.
He had no
Legitimately
idea.
No idea. Do you want to know what's funny? Earlier, sidetrack. Early in the day, I was texting Sozin. I'm like, you're a little bitch. I'm like, you didn't come into AC. Like, what an asshole. And he's like, dude, I'm sorry. I couldn't go. Anyways, go ahead.
So, I'm not sure if anyone's known the magician Furry. I ended up rooming with one of the magicians. One of my roommates was a magician, Tenkai Tenkai Husky. He does amazing magic tricks. It's hysterical. I never met him before. This is my first time rooming with him, so it was actually awesome. A great roommate, and I loved hanging out with him. Probably an amazing guy, him and his mate and everyone. And then you knew him. I didn't know him before.
I've known him for years, yeah.
So anyhow, so he knows he's doing a magic trick. I didn't know this. So anyhow, I get introduced, yada, yada, yada. So I found out Sozin's coming, and I was like, oh my God, Tenkai, we need to fuck with CJ. So I was like, let's do a magic trick and make Sozin appear. So again, he has no idea what's happening. So I'm like, CJ, Tenkai has to show you a magic trick. You really need to come to our room when you see a magic trick.
I was like, nah, dude.
I was like, it's gonna blow
I didn't want to at first.
I know you didn't
like,
want to. So it's gonna blow your mind. So I had Sozin, and he came up to our room. His box was on the floor. You didn't even notice it. But it was funny. It was okay.
No, but there was some. Yeah, never mind.
So we hid him in the corner of the room, and I had some video of it. I fucked it up when I was recording it because I was trying to actually record it, but screwed it all up because my camera's shit and my phone is a potato. He comes in the room, he starts doing a magic trick, and goes to like hide, like pull up the curtain pretty much, and all of a sudden, like, Sozin was supposed to come out and do the magic trick, but fucked it all up. So he's still behind the bed. So he pulls it up and whole reveal and drops it, and nothing. He's like, oh, I dropped it. But Tenkai did it fucking perfectly.
Right.
So Sozin fucked up completely. Honestly, destroyed the whole trick. But Tenkai acted like it was all part of the trick. So he didn't even miss a beat. Right. So I even thought it was part of the trick because I was like, honestly, I knew that something happened because he didn't come out. So then he goes up to do it again and he holds it up. And Sozin just like takes his head up like this. And CJ looks and goes, you fucker! And just like runs and just like dives on the bed. He goes, you're an asshole! And just starts
Meanwhile, while I'm like snuggling the shit out of him, I'm like, you're a fucking asshole. I hate you.
Wait, why? Were you not expecting him to be there at the
No, he wasn't supposed to be there. He was not supposed to be there.
I get
all.
it. Okay, so it was a magic trick to okay.
Yeah,
okay, that makes
a magic to reveal like oh, like poof, look who is
and he
here.
was supposed to be like, oh my God, Sozin's here, without him knowing that Sozin was there.
Right. Well, there we go.
That was a good. That was another moment too.
That was a good moment at AC. It was funny. It was hysterical.
So, you ready to jump into the next thing?
I almost fucked that moment up. No, Sozin did almost when I walked in.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you did walk in, and they're like, is that CJ? They were like, is that CJ? And someone's like, no, that's not CJ. And so he's like, hello, and then Sozin did his like stupid voice. Like, shut the fuck up.
And I guess he was like, wasn't he like peeking his head around the corner?
I think
if I had looked.
So
like,
basically, the moral of the story: Sozin is terrible at magic tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Moral of the story is Sozin is terrible at secrets and magic tricks.
Right. So
we should probably take a break just for a second.
We'll take a break after the next thing.
Oh, what's the next thing? I didn't know.
Jesus fucking Christ! Potatoes. Do you ever read the document?
No, I don't. Do we ever plan?
Okay. Yes, we always plan. You just don't follow it. So, I'm gonna do kind of like a new thing for the beginning of just about every episode of FurCast that we're finally getting to now for this one. And it's kind of like an in the media this week. And what I mean by that is just talking about stuff that's either relevant to us, maybe a movie that we've seen, or something that's potentially related to furry. This first thing is definitely somewhat related to furry. Guess what's back for season 2? Oh yeah, so good. So, BoJack Horseman's back for season 2 on Netflix.
Can we just sponsor BoJack Horseman? Can we just get a sponsor from Netflix?
Have any of you guys started season 2?
No.
I'm a couple episodes in. It's interesting. But anyway, so if you have not seen BoJack Horseman, it is literally a cartoon. Like, it might as well just be made by furries. It's ridiculous. Highly recommend it. If you don't have Netflix, honestly, just get like a 30-day coupon for Netflix, and you could just binge watch the whole show, like all season, every season.
I feel like BoJack Horseman came about from those horse heads. I honestly feel like the horse heads spawned BoJack Horseman. I don't know how long the development was for the show, but legit, it feels like the horse heads came out, and then years later, a show about a horse-headed individual.
So, next thing to talk about is John Oliver, who does Last Week Tonight on HBO, did an amazing... Well, first of all, John Oliver's amazing. I fucking love John Oliver. But he did a special on transgender rights, and I actually have a clip of that here.
Take that minute to fill in that bamboozled weatherman and everyone else on some basic details. Transgender people have a gender identity that differs from the one they were assigned at birth. And that gender identity is not the same as sexual orientation. Gender identity is who you are. Sexual orientation is who you love. Some transgender people do undergo hormone therapy or sex reassignment surgery as part of their transition. Some do not. And interestingly, their decision on this matter is, medically speaking, none of your fucking business. And if you're still wondering, well, hold on. What do I call a transgender person? It's so confusing. Well, actually, it's pretty simple. Call them whatever they want to be called. You can do it. We do it all the time. Think of it this way. David Evans woke up one day and said, everyone call me The Edge. And we all went, fine, The Edge. Are we talking the noun or the verb? And that's... It's not just that. It's not just that. Over the past 20 years, we've agreed to call this man Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Just Diddy, and now Puff Daddy again, and most people don't even like him. And here's the thing.
Absolutely fantastic. So I just highly recommend checking it out. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, it's the full show's on HBO, but they post their major stories on YouTube. It's absolutely fantastic. So the Last Week Tonight YouTube channel, just highly recommend check that out. It's absolutely amazing. And then the only other thing...
Snoop Dogg Snoop Lion now?
What was that?
Isn't Snoop Dogg now Snoop Lion?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm nearly positive.
So now the only other thing to mention is, guess what came out with a new episode? So you guys remember Furry Force on College Humor?
Oh, God.
Yes.
This is new to me.
They came out with a third episode.
I haven't seen this yet.
I need to watch this new
So wait, are we playing the third episode?
Do you want to play it? It's pretty short. It's only 2 minutes.
Yes,
it's 3 minutes, sorry.
Yes.
So this is the Furry Force version 3.
Yes, version 3.
Humor.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm ready.
I don't know if I'm ready either.
I'm never
Now
ready.
back to Furry Force on Fox Kids.
Finally, I will stop the Furry Force once and for all. Behold my newest creation, the Scaly Squad.
Boss, the dragon won't stop rubbing.
Oh, hopefully they'll just wipe each other out.
And after that, we'll turn the forest into parking lots, right?
Nope, probably just get a regular job. I'm not even a bad guy anymore. I just want the Furry Force to be dead.
Vivisector, I have traveled from the future. In your time, we are enemies, but now we must join forces.
Oh my god, this is the first time I'm actually seeing your junk.
A great evil threatens us all.
It's too big. Oh, the tip is so red.
There's no time to explain. I must share my memories with you.
Nope. Hip-hop, crunk, attack.
Allow me inside you.
No. Oh god, I'm in your mind. This is my hell.
Let me share my story. Your Scaly Squad was a success. They proved to be the Furry Force's equals. The battle lasted weeks.
Oh, I can taste it.
The pheromones released by the fight entered the atmosphere and blanketed the earth in a thick, musty gas.
Ew.
Our combined musk proved too intense for humanity. The effect was extreme. Everyone on Earth was transformed.
Oh, that dog is so stacked. Please tell me I died first. Oh shit, there I am. Wow, no.
At first, the resultant yipping brought about world peace, but yipping does not come without consequences. 90% of the population was wiped out by a milky tidal wave.
Oh god, that's totally jizz, isn't it?
I tried to save you, but I was too late.
I drown in a sea of wolf cum.
You see, Vivisector, this is why we must teach the Scaly Squad compassion, so that we don't...
Fuck that. Just to be safe, I'm gonna burn this place down. With all of us in it. I welcome death.
So there we go.
my god.
Oh
I would die.
God.
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
So if you guys
That's totally jizz, isn't it?
if you guys want to see
I
this,
die in a sea of wolf cum.
if you guys want to see this, it is all up on College Humor's YouTube channel. All you have to do is Google search furry superheroes are gross or furry force, and you'll find it. But yeah, so that's part 3. It's probably gonna be the last one. Knowing them.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Fuck
man.
that.
Fuck that. I would pay for this to be a fucking series. I would pay money. Just have them. Oh my god. It's fucking
Oh my
ridiculously. Oh my god.
So yeah,
That was good.
so there we go.
So happy. So happy.
So anyway, that's pretty much it for the intro. We're ready for
it's so red.
This is my first time actually seeing your junk. It's way too big.
It's way too big.
Oh, the tip is so red.
Furry problems. What color's your dick?
A milky tidal wave.
I die in a sea of wolf cum.
That's probably someone's fetish.
No, that's literally like that's the thing. They're making fun of all the special furry fetishes, which I really like. But
Like dying in a sea of horse cum.
sure. All right, you guys ready to take a break?
Yeah.
I need air.
You guys are listening to FurCast live on Xana Broadcasting Network. That's XBN. We'll be back in a quick 10 to 15 minute music break.
just like into the ride. Been busy organizing to bring you here tonight. Don't buy the hype about it, 'cause this ain't 89. No time to talk about it, just gotta feel it, alright. Alright. You've been knee deep enough it, the water's starting to rise. Need to hold on to something before you're buried alive. Just relax, nothing is under control. Relax, nothing is under control. It's 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 under control. Relax. It's under control. Nothing is under control. I'm feeling kinda jaded. Tell me a new idea. It used to take forever, but now I'm done in a year. I need to get excited. Bring on the good times. Hello. Good times. You thought you were invited. Don't think so. Just relax, 'cause nothing is under control. Relax, 'cause nothing is under control. Just relax, 'cause nothing is under control. Relax, 'cause nothing is under control. Just relax, cause nothing is under control. It's under control. It's under control. Relax, cause nothing is under control. It's under control. Just relax.
You guys are listening to FurCast live on XBN. I didn't realize how loud that was. You guys are listening to FurCast on XBN. Anyway, we're going to be back after one more track. This one is kind of fun, and I'm definitely going to go crazy in the studio for it. We'll be back after this, guys. we're back. And I have to say it's not much colder in here. But oh well, I guess we'll manage. Boiling hot room. Welcome back to FurCast on XBN. So that was a music break. We just finished our intro where we reviewed everything from what's going on with the studio, what's going on with health stuff, what's going on with Anthrocon, and some media that we have found interesting lately. I guess that means the next thing to jump into would be news, and I'm going to prep the lower third, although I'm not going to put it out yet. Let me just get that ready. Pharaoh, if you do not mind, I should have told you this when we were on break, but I didn't, so that's my fault if you're not ready, but could you be ready with a news article first? Because I'm going to go down on my freaking mind. Let's see, I'll use this one. Actually, I'm going to load that there and load that there. Deck A and Deck B. Technology. It sort of rhymed. Anyway, so you're going to read that first?
Yeah, we'll do furry stuff first, and then we'll jump into more.
Okay, so I definitely... do you want me to read the MCFC article? The one about that?
There's an MCFC?
Yeah, it's right there.
I didn't see it.
We talked about it in the beginning of the show, and I said it was in the document. It's right there. Yeah, it's what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to read that one first?
Yes.
Yeah. Because that's kind of the biggest news that's going on. The biggest news this week.
I think it's our fault. I think it's me and CJ's fault.
What?
I think it was our short shorts party.
It probably is a short shorts party. I think you guys fucked up.
Uh-oh.
Probably our fault.
You'll say, wait, do you know what we're about to talk about, CJ?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it has to do with MCFC.
Well, I figured that out.
From the website, yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right.
State of the Con address. MCFC, Novi, Michigan. To all of our convention members, short shorts are not illegal. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, no, come on.
Did you imagine that?
You had me for like a sec. I was like, that was totally us. Okay, continue.
It's actually pretty sad. So.
Yeah. To all of our convention members, on July 8th, 2015, our present chairman, Indy, has submitted his resignation.
What?
I know. I love that man. I think it might be our fault. Like, we just shocked the hell out of him. That picture of him on stage and us around him gyrating our shorts.
Oh God, I feel horrible because I made an MCFC joke with him at AC. I was in my short shorts and I'm like, Indy, and he's like, don't make me ban you, and I was like, ha.
By the way, just a random shout out. I actually have all the AC graphics loaded up, so like I can just totally do the Anthrocon slate there.
Welcome to AC.
Yeah, welcome to AC apparently. But I had those graphics loaded up.
We need more fursuiters.
Yeah, we do.
Party of one.
But yeah, so Indy is stepping down at MCFC.
That is sad.
Now, of course, no matter what we're about to read, you know the real reason is just drama. I mean, come on, it's drama.
Yeah.
Like, the real reason. Totally being an official news source here by just saying drama. But
Indy was so relaxed.
And Indy was, can I just say that, yeah, Indy was probably my favorite chairman ever.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
easily. He was so awesome. What I liked about him was like...
He banned us.
He was so approachable, though. Like, I'll never forget when some guy was just like, well, why can't we just go in there at that time? And like, Indy just walks up, he's like, you just want to just wrestle me on the ground right now? And the con attendee's like, what? And he's like, well, we can just wrestle on the ground right now, like, to solve this. I mean, we need to solve this like men. So if you think that security shouldn't let you in there, or you think security should let you in there, and I don't think they should, and he just like starts wrestling people on the ground, and it's like, this guy's fucking amazing. Like, he was just an awesome con chairman. He was super approachable, super kind, very, very. Funny. I thought he did.
He was always fun. He had always some quick joke. He was always quick to a joke, to be honest. Which, I mean, it's not like you lost him. I mean, he's still around.
He's still around, yeah. And I can't speak for the rest of the MCFC staff, but I thought he did a pretty good job at his job. But anyway, well,
all I can picture is us like jumping into the in short shorts, rating the dance comp, him up there and just going, no. And that one picture of all of us and like Nintendo like with his like butt out, and he's just sitting there like
he has a smile,
just sitting there, like, the biggest smile on his face.
He's just like, fuck.
Do you have that photo?
I do. Hold on.
That's probably my favorite photo from.
He's like,
I think it's from iPhone.
Yeah.
Give me a minute to find it. Give me a minute. I just got to go through a bunch of I took a lot of photos that con, so I just need to go through and find where it is, and then we'll see. There's lots of really funny photos that were in this album. Here we go. Yep. Found it. So photo is on the video feed now.
This wasn't the one though.
That's not
the photo.
It's not the photo. Well, it's all you guys at the AV booth with short shorts though.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a couple more that I had of like you with your short shorts. With your butt out there.
I was like grinding my ass on Adi.
But I love Zed. My favorite is just Zed over here.
We didn't have short shorts, so he wore a dress. Zed's just like, I'm rocking this.
But yeah, that was a great. That was absolutely excellent.
Mike.
Yeah. By the way, this guy right here in the blue, that is Indy. This is the chairman of the con, who is just totally involved in this ridiculous short shorts party that was going on.
He loved it.
The best was when Durr had Lav's badge, and Indy goes, "You're banned." He just started writing "banned" on all of our badges.
He had a Sharpie. He was writing
Sharpie. Because I'm done with all of you. You're all banned.
Wait, you have pictures of me?
Oh, so this was so right here, and I can't zoom in because the mouse control's broken on this machine. But basically, so this is the fursuit dance competition going on right here, and this is the AV booth front of house. There's Adi. There's the chairman of the convention, and then things happened with you guys. You guys just kind of mobbed it and turned it into a huge party, and then you guys were more interesting than the dance was.
I felt so bad.
That's why we left.
Yeah, we left because I realized, I'm like, holy shit. Half of the audience is looking at us rather than the person dancing. I'm like, we need to leave. Like, we're too much for everybody right now. And I was like,
Dalmy was like on the interview. We were trying to get his attention, so we were like, but then we were cheering the fursuiter on and dancing in the back, but cheering, like going nuts. And then all of a sudden, we look up and like half of the audience is like looking at us. Instead of half of the audience is looking at the fursuiter dancing. We're like,
the moment that made me realize when there was people standing in front of like, the table, and they're just like with their phones out. I'm like, no, record them, not us. Like, no. And then I was like, oh shit. Like half the audience is like, what's going on back there? And I was like, oh my God, we're fucking everything up.
I wish we came in at a part where like the fursuiters weren't dancing, because it would have been funny to be like, is it too late to entry? And we just all just ran out there and just like posed. Like that would have been funny.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, that would have been great.
MFF raised the dance comp. No, they would hate us. I don't even think Pero is still the chairman.
I don't know.
But so I think we caused Indy to I think it's our fault. We'll just blame us. But to continue.
All right, so back to the actual news on MCFC.
Indy made great contributions as a small group of friends worked hard in a short period of time to create an event which continues in the spirit of the Furry Connection North. A record-breaking first-year convention and a significant growth in attendance for the second year were the results of his effort. We all have had many great memories of these first 2 years. The Motor City FurCon staff works all year long to bring the one fantastic weekend event for our attending members. We decided ourselves to bring you the best convention experience possible. This commitment takes a lot of time out of our lives, and we have to balance other commitments in our time, and we could rather give to this convention. This leads to difficult decisions for all of us. Above all, the convention exists for you attending members. Indy has decided that it is the best thing for himself, the convention, and all of the wonderful attendees to pass the torch on to the next member to be the chairman. We wish Indy the best of luck, and the focus is on his career, his new marriage, and many other endeavors he pursues. It has been an honor to work with him these past 2 years, and it has been very well to make our dreams come true. Dream of life come true. Razor, programming director and board member, was nominated to take the chairman position after 2006 convention. He has graciously agreed to fulfill the position for 2016 as well. Razor's dedication, organization skills, and fun and welcoming personality are all a great asset to the convention. He has on many occasions demonstrated his devotion to the convention and enthusiasm for the future of the success. We are all very excited to move forward with him as our chair, and we continue to work on the 2016 convention. The 2016 convention's preparations continues on the schedule, and we are working hard to bring you an even better event next year. We look forward to seeing you all in April 2016. If you have any questions about the events or organizations, please direct them towards questions@motorcityforgun.com. Or org, sorry. .org. Thank you.
So, yeah.
Indy.
Too bad. Well, I'm sure we'll see Indy there. At least I hope we do.
We're not going to see him again.
Indy was amazing.
He's gone forever.
Indy's gone to Indiana. India.
All right, so you guys know how... well, first of all, I would actually like to say we have 405 viewers right now, according to the API.
That's a hot mess.
It was a little higher earlier.
It was a little higher?
I was watching it, yeah.
Holy shit.
Just a little bit. Not by much, but it was.
It's pretty crazy.
I don't know, yeah.
This is like even a normal show for us, too, and it's like...
So I feel bad for a lot of you guys who are probably new to the show, but for those of you who don't know, basically every week, I would play a clip from this guy's YouTube channel. It was called Marriage News Watch, and he would kind of go through basically all the stuff that happened. Now, our last show is crazy, and the Supreme Court decision happened that legalized marriage across same-sex marriage across the entire United States. And so there's all those discussions, but you guys remember that that guy who would review the status of the marriage equality each week? Well, obviously there's not much of a point of him doing that anymore, at least not in the US. So I just want to play his last video, actually. Well, it's the last video on his channel. The guy still does all kinds of other stuff, but here we go.
With just a few exceptions, same-sex couples now have unfettered freedom to marry from coast to coast. We now face a backlash against equality that could close off LGBT access to housing, employment, or government services, but marriage is safe. For the American Foundation for Equal Rights, I'm Matt Baum, and welcome to Marriage News Watch for July 6, 2015. Only a few isolated sections of the country remain where same-sex couples can't get married. Those opposed to equality are getting increasingly desperate with stall tactics and long-shot legal games. We're also likely to see renewed attacks on other civil rights, so there's still going to be lots of work to do in order to protect equality. But the story of marriage is changing from something that we're fighting to achieve to something we're actually living. That's why, as of this week, I'm wrapping up Marriage News Watch. An organization like AFER exists so that one day we won't have to fight for equality. AFER was founded in the aftermath of Prop 8, and a lot has happened since then. We gathered together a bipartisan coalition to challenge marriage bans nationwide. We won in district court, in appellate court, and when the Supreme Court ruled in 2013, marriage equality was restored across California. That was proof that we'd found a winning argument, that the Constitution's guarantee of due process and equal protection extends to all couples, regardless of gender. Since then, that exact same reasoning has been upheld by dozens of courts all across the country. In just the last few years, we've restored the freedom to marry in California, support for marriage has climbed by about 2 percentage points per year, and the freedom to marry has spread from state to state until it now covers the whole country. From lawyers to activists to politicians to regular folks, it's impossible to identify all the millions of people who played a role in defending equality. This is a victory to which we all contributed, whether by attending a rally, writing about why marriage matters, sharing videos like these, or simply by living our lives openly and honestly. So when you see the country realizing the freedom on which it was founded, you can feel proud for being a part of that. AFER's channel will stay up so you can always watch popular videos like the celebrity-studded broadcast of 8 the Play or this debunking of Nom's crazy claims. And although Marriage News Watch is going away, I'll still be around. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel to see what I'm up to, or you can follow me at Matt Baum on Twitter. Huge thanks to all the people who've watched and shared Marriage News Watch over the last few years. It means so much that we've been able to work towards marriage equality together. And in that time, if we've learned anything, it's that visibility is key. So even a simple act like watching a video, commenting, and sharing helps change the world for the better, one person at a time. It's been a great couple of years. Keep in touch, and I'll see you soon.
Awesome. So that's just his last video there. Worth it to show and talk about. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to just think that it's like, oh, we don't have to really talk about that anymore. I mean, well, there's still tons of conversations. Obviously, there's still, discrimination laws and problems like that in the workplace, and a lot of that stuff still needs fighting for. But other than that, at least in the U.S., which is what the point of that YouTube channel was, we kind of won. So, yeah.
So look at us here. We're a furry show with furry news this week.
Oh boy.
I know, right? Scary.
We shouldn't be having furry news. That's not right.
Well, I mean, do you see the Bad Dragon site?
Yes, everybody's seen the Bad Dragon site. Their new thing with googly eyes on it.
Are you sure that I think Freeze Frame got in there?
We were all saying that on TeamSpeak.
Like I was like, how, what's funny is I was expecting to see that reposted by Freeze Frame first. Like, I don't know, I saw it by like 5 other people before I think even Freeze Frame saw it.
I'm sure tons of people are sending it to him saying like, oh, I bet you did this, and he's probably getting annoyed, but yeah, they're on the video feed right now. That's what Pharaoh's talking about there. Yeah. The most despicable sale we've ever had, and it's like, oh god, what? Okay.
Minion dildos.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to Bad Dragon for the fact that they take on every single pop culture color thing that's going on. Like, they just stay trendy. Like the whole gold and what was it? Is it a black and blue dress or a gold and white dress?
And they did that one.
And they did black and white and golden dildos, and they named them opposite of each what they were.
They did that.
Like, they've been, I'm not sure who does the setup for the new products. Or
I don't know, probably just like all of them. Probably just a combination. Somebody comes up with an idea and they do it.
Does Knight still work?
Yeah.
Knight still works? Should ask him. Like, who just decides that, here we go. This is the next new thing.
Guys, I got a new idea for a dildo.
Let's put minion colors and just put googly eyes on all our dicks.
That'd be a great job, just come up with that. Like, what's next?
Someone sat there and put googly eyes on those dicks. You gotta remember that.
It was Freeze Frame. We all know that.
Yeah, Freeze Frame has been slacking on the googly eyes lately, I feel.
Well, he also hasn't been here in a while.
I meant just in general. Like, I went to cons and I would get googly eyes like on my nipples, my badges, and everything in between.
Yeah.
Where else do you have googly eyes?
Well, he would put them on your crotch and then he'd put a mustache there.
I'm ready.
I think I still have a picture of that from the furry New Year's Bowl, was when he had the mustache. And then,
yeah, I have a picture of that as well.
Hello, senor.
You got an article?
I do.
All right.
All about fursuits.
Uh-oh.
By Fred. Racked, an online fashion magazine, has just published a particularly good illustrated article on, you guessed it, fursuits. Their history and the people who make them, and the furry fans who then wear them. And there's a quote from the magazine, and there's a big article about this. It's called The Fursuit of Happiness.
I get it!
I thought it was pretty good. For a fashion magazine, it's a terrible pun, but at least, drink, pun, drink. The Fursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
Anyway, to read the clip here from the article, and then I can dive in and read a little bit of the article itself, but, it's the freaking weekend. A blessing of rainbow unicorns dance around you. Your heart bursts with the sight of a dairy cow and an otter gingerly embracing. It's getting kinky real fast.
My dick's hard.
Sweat drips down your face.
Somewhere else, too.
What is happening?
You remove your head and wipe away the sparkling droplets away from the back of your cerulean paw. A rabbit wearing parsley suspenders invites you to hop along with him to a circle. You radiate happiness inside you, and you are not dead. Also, guess what? You're not on acid either. You're at a furry convention. That'd be scary. What if someone has been on acid and walked into a furry convention?
Say that again?
What? I said, what happens if someone was just doing acid in the street and just walked into a furry convention? Had no idea that it was happening, and they just...
You know who you need to
there
ask?
You are.
You know who you need to ask?
Who?
Tempest. Because on Sunday night, you did a shit ton of acid. Of AC.
Wow, we have someone who can give first.
We have experience. A local who has a real world experience.
I did not know this. This is hysterical. The fact that this is mentioned. I need to know what happened.
I haven't heard the whole story yet, but I'm sure it's probably pretty good. Could you imagine though, walking into a hotel and you're tripping out and there's animals walking around? I'd probably shit myself.
Yeah.
I couldn't even. I literally cannot fathom like if I had no idea what furry was, and then you went out partying with people and were on like drugs, and you went back to a hotel, and there was just animal people everywhere.
What?
What is exactly like? I don't know how you'd handle that. Don't know how you'd handle that.
What's my life?
I mean, just look at the experiences we've had with just by going out to bars in fursuit and drunk people not being able to handle it.
Oh my god,
drunk people don't even know what to do. They're like
drunk people like, fuck. And it's funny because they're like, yeah, this is amazing. And like the ones that like go nuts and they're like, is it hot in there? Oh, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Can I just say something also about AC? And I know we already moved on from the AC review, but like, I felt like all of the terrible, like, I don't want to say terrible people, but all of like the instances of me seeing somebody like not acting very respectfully, all of them were normal people. Like we were walking down the street, like coming back from 7-Eleven, and there were all these drunk people who stumbled out of a bar, and they were all screaming, and they were like, you know, shouting profanity, like in the middle of the street and stuff, right? Like there were all of, and it's funny because, you know, me and like all my friends, you know, we're all like, you know, fur fags or whatever, and we just walk by like very calmly, quietly, and it's just funny how like we're ridiculous, but we're ridiculous in our own private way.
Yeah,
I would say somewhat, maybe. I don't know. Except you, you're not.
Well, he's blue, so
yeah, he's blue. You don't really count. You're not even a normal furry. You're broken, so it's okay.
A lot of people like broken things.
Yeah,
is that like a fetish? Broken things. So what are you doing?
I wonder if it's somebody's fetish is that. I wonder if it's
fix something broken.
No, somebody's fetish is they're into somebody who isn't attracted to them. Like they go up to Pharaoh and Pharaoh's like, "Well, I'm not gay," and they're like, "Oh, that's really hot."
Is that rape?
He won't even marry me.
No, rape is non-forced.
Is that someone's fetish? Just really into someone that's not attracted to you. I'm gonna take you now.
No. That's different. I'm talking.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm just talking like basically Pharaoh. You're just like, no, I'm not really. I'm not gay or anything. And you're just like, wait, so you're not interested in me? That's really hot. And then like they just are really interested in you. Like they don't force you into anything, but they're just like,
they're just turned on the fact that you're rejecting them.
They're turned on that they're being rejected.
Next time I get rejected, I'm just gonna do that and be like, "Oh yeah, don't want me even more.
Oh, tell me to go away. Tell me to go away,
please, daddy." I'm gonna do that.
Like, and these are things that if like I wasn't furry, I don't know how I would handle them. Like I honestly like.
I have a question. How would you have normal friends?
That oneself is like.
But do you know what I mean? Like, how can you imagine Pharaoh having normal friends who aren't furries? That would like, how would they handle him?
Like,
we've had some of my normal. Well, I wouldn't say normal friends.
I had two of my normal friends at AC. The first one, she was like, "Okay, this is cool." She was real hesitant about walking to the hotel. Like, I had to like coax her. I'm like, "Come on, it's not bad.
It's a hotel."
She's like, "I'm really uncomfortable." I'm like, "Yo, you need to chill, all right?" I'm like, "These people are nice." And then like we sat down with a bunch of like my friends. We're just all talking, and she had a great time. But then the other one, Chelsea, she was going in. She like loved everybody. She's like, "This is the fucking shit." Like we were all drinking and shit. And yeah, in your room, we went and got Chinese food.
Oh wow, Chinese food. It was
intense.
Best decision.
But we got Chinese food for like the whole room. Like
yeah, we went out and we legit got Chinese for like the entire room as we were drinking.
It's quite an achievement.
It was.
No, I mean ordering out food. That's very That's hard. It's hard to do.
It's really hard to do.
Really hard to do. You guys ever notice how difficult it is to order a pizza sometimes?
Oh yeah.
It's like one of the hardest things you'll do in your life.
And we ordered hibachi.
Yeah, that was like the toughest thing.
Wow.
Oh god, it was good though.
You are not on acid. You're at a furry convention. Each year, dignified professionals from every major industry cast off their business casual, zip up their fursuits, and flock to a furry event around the world. According to the Furry Hall of Fame inductee and historian Fred Pattern, 74, the term fursuit was originally coined in 1993 by former Midwest FurFest chairman Robert C. King to describe a full-body anthropomorphic animal costume worn at conventions. Interesting. We really need to get more gray muzzles to talk about the early years of furry.
Jirachi.
Oh, back when I was a day. Back when I was your age. I know that, but I'm just thinking like, what would like something that like, imagine older furries getting like that and just being like, well, back in my day, I had to wait for the elevator at Anthrocon. Or something like
there
that.
Was no wait.
Guess what? You still do. What?
I think it would be like there was no wait for an elevator. We got VIP access.
Yeah, there were probably like no people that went to conventions.
Back in my day.
I mean, they were, but not like.
Hung out with everybody on my muck. That was it. Didn't go outside of that.
So this article actually goes on to a lot of normal stuff about what furries do, suiting, everything in between, and it's Racked, and they have a bunch of amazing cute fursuit photos. The fursuit of happiness, high fashion in the furry fandom.
That's awesome. There really is fashion in the furry fandom, though. Have you ever thought about that?
People have outfits for their suits. And make them.
This is the hugest debate I have with people every year.
Wait, really?
What?
Halloween. Like, I legit have to find a costume for my costume. And I do it every year because for some reason it's like, I can't just go out wearing that. I
feel you though.
You do it every year.
Feel you, like,
and it's like, this is a gigantic animal. Like, any person you went out would be like, this is the most fucking amazing thing. And then here I am in fucking Party City for like 5 hours being like, is that gonna fit over my fursuit?
Do you have that in extra large?
I legit was in like Party City for like 4 hours trying to find a costume for a costume. Literally, that's what it came down to. A costume for a costume.
We have problems. I'm okay with it, but
no one understands our problems.
I definitely don't
These are
understand
fursuiting problems. You don't understand.
Well, if you went out just in fursuit, you'd be naked, technically. That's the funny thing. I actually overheard somebody in the Anthrocon lobby being like, oh, it bothers me that some of these fursuiters think it's funny to wear underwear. And I'm like, what? They'd be naked otherwise. I actually said that to them. I just turned around on the stairs and I was like, but they'd be naked if they weren't wearing underwear.
I didn't.
It was great.
I like the underwear. Some people put off real nice. Some people don't.
Some people, it's like, okay, stop trying to follow a trend. But other people, it's like, okay, that's really hot.
I loved stuffing things into Trey's underwear.
You mean Adi's mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He's the Sabretooth. He had like one of those jockstrap underwears that he's wearing over his suit. Well, it looked so bad. Like, he was standing there. I was like, and so like I had someone like filming me and I was just like, oops. And I like pulled down his underwear. It was like around his ankles. And he like pretended to cover himself. Oh my god. That's what made it the best.
God. That's the best. I'm first being like, oh god. That's funny.
It was funny because I should have did the. Oh my god.
Trey's in the hangout right now.
He is. Hi Trey.
He can't hear us.
Oh.
I have my mic muted.
Oh, okay. Is he listening to the show or no?
Unmute your mic for a second.
Oh, hold on. Okay, it's unmuted.
Hi Trey. Miss you.
What a faggot. I have no sound either, so we can't even hear what he's saying. Oh, look, it's Adi. Oh, God, Adi's back there, too. Sorry, okay, go ahead, continue.
But, all I can think of now is, Trey, I have a great idea for a photo shoot for next con. It's just going to be me, like, as dressed as a normal human, biting your underwear off, and we're just going to match the Copper Tone Kid commercial. You know, with like the dog pulling down the kids on the beach. It's just gonna be me with my like teeth and him in fursuit. I'm ready for this.
That's hot.
You guys are so naughty. Anyway, you got
so Adi?
You got anything else you want to mention on that before I move on?
Oh yeah, I still.
Okay.
I guess I'll test around one more thing. It said, not all furries don a fursuit, but for those who do, there's a bustling industry for the fursuit designers and creators to help them building their anthropomorphic dreams to life. Using fox fur, upholstery foam, meshes, warbler, pillow fluffing, DF, luxury shag, and punky Muppet fabrics. Various glues, threads, zippers, clays, paints, and more, fursuit makers are experts in the craft and take their work seriously. To be honest, I have to agree that some of the fursuit creators are experts in their work. It's insane.
Absolutely.
And then they had Jill of Jillian Costumes, based in Seattle, Washington, started creating fursuits in college and have been working in the industry for over 7 years. And they had to do an interview with Jillian. So
cool.
There we go.
Sweet.
All right, so I have another article to jump into, and it's pretty ridiculous. Survey says people who eat grilled cheese. What do you think it is, CJ?
Don't fuck with my grilled cheese.
All right, what do you think it is? People who eat grilled cheese, what do you think? Something. This is a survey.
Okay, people that eat grilled cheese.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of things.
You ready for it?
No.
Survey says people who eat grilled cheese. You eat grilled cheese?
Yes.
Okay, I eat grilled cheese.
I'm an avid grilled cheese eater.
People who eat grilled cheese have more sex.
Wrong.
Well, you don't count.
I fuck up every statistic.
You're broke. Stop.
I literally screw up every statistic.
Unplug his mic.
No. Just get out.
Get out.
Well, then let's start feeding our kids something else. According to the Los Angeles Times, a social networking site.
I like how that's the first thing. We need to start feeding our kids something else now. Oh God! Stop selling grilled cheese.
Can I just say something though? Like back when, and my family's weird, right? And all of the, okay, you guys know the term soccer mom?
Yeah.
Okay. I never called them soccer moms. I always called them PTA moms.
So PTA moms.
Right? Do you know what I mean, though? Like,
I get it.
But soccer moms. And it was kind of funny because, obviously once I came out and once I was a furry, and everybody in my school knew, everybody kind of like treated us weird. It was so funny because like a lot of people would treat my mother very weird. They would kind of give her, like, we'd be at like the public pool or whatever, and people would like look at my mother and then kind of like walk away. But they did it in a way where it was like they felt bad. Like, oh, I feel so bad for her. Her son is gay. And my mother's just like, I don't give a shit. Like, whatever. So I just have to say, one of the best parts of just learning about that PTA, that stupid fucking PTA, and this is so typical of any, like, parent-teacher conference group, they put so much fucking effort, into making it so that on prom night, their kids would not have sex.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know.
The entire prom was like structured around this, like everything, like the timing, the scheduling, the way you had to enter and leave, like where the different spots of the venues were in. Ridiculous.
They didn't sell grilled cheese either.
Just some people.
Revelation.
According to the Los Angeles Times, the social networking site Scout recently conducted a survey among 4,600 users, and it appeared as though people who eat grilled cheese are having more sex than people who don't. 32% of people who said they loved the sandwich also said they were getting it at least 6 times a month. Meanwhile, only 20...
sex or the sandwich?
The sex.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, only 20...
Go back to the sandwich. I want that much.
You guys want to make grilled cheese after this?
Dude, I'm down.
I'm down for grilled cheese.
Oh my
after
God,
this.
Legitimately so ready down for grilled cheese.
Meanwhile, only 27% of those who dislike grilled cheese sandwiches were bumping uglies that often. The survey also revealed that 73% of those who love grilled cheese are having sex at least once a month, while 63% of those who hate the sandwich are banging that often. It's like, it occurs to me that it's not that it's whether or not you like grilled cheese that determines whether or not you have sex, it's whether or not you're a good person. Because no good, genuine person looks at a grilled cheese sandwich and says, I don't like that. I'm not hungry is acceptable. I already had a grilled cheese sandwich is acceptable, but I'm not interested in having a grilled cheese sandwich because I don't like grilled cheese sandwiches is just not acceptable. You're just a shitty person. Of course you're going to get less sex. No, I mean, come on. Like,
I mean, that's actually fairly. I feel like you found the niche right there.
Like, I feel like if you're that whiny of a person, like, I just kind of don't like that.
Wait,
like,
aren't you like lactose intolerant and you still eat grilled cheese?
I don't give a shit. It's grilled cheese.
True badass. Doesn't give a shit.
Aren't you lactose? Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'll still eat grilled cheese.
Like, I'm going to be honest. I am lactose intolerant. And every once in a while, I'll just sit there and I'll be like, you know what?
You lactose.
You know what? I really want a chocolate milkshake right now. And I'm in the mood. And I'm like, I got to have a milkshake, like right now. And I'm like, okay, if I have this milkshake, I'm going to just be fucked tomorrow. Like, my whole digestive system's going to shut down.
Worth it.
And I'm like, is it worth it? And I go down in this kitchen and I make the whole thing. So worth it every time. Worth it every time.
Cry every time.
I want grilled cheese now, you bastards.
Finally, the survey said 81% of those who enjoy themselves grilled cheese sandwich from time to time also said they donate time, money, or food to those in need, and 84% of them love to travel and are adventurous. Basically, if you don't like grilled cheese, odds are you're a miserable person.
Wow.
Right on.
So there we go. That's news. So
I'm worried when they say enjoy grilled cheese, because if someone starts having sex with grilled cheese, I feel like you got a problem.
Next week, we're going to have an article on that.
I really enjoy grilled cheese.
I have a good one there.
You have a good one next?
Yeah, we're going to go to...
Oh,
is it about jetpacking?
I'll restart the music.
Kissing your pet cock can spread salmonella.
Excuse me?
Well, okay, what does cock mean?
I know what a cock is.
You know what a cock is?
Yeah.
Like it's
yes,
really,
that
it's
is
really
true.
good, like, fried.
Kissing your pet chicken can spread salmonella. CDC warns.
So I have a question.
How many people are kissing chickens? One.
Here's the thing. I've seen. Okay, so you know how in some like South American countries, it is common to like when you go to greet your friend to go up and like kiss them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the government actually had to put out a public service like on TV and on the internet saying like stop doing this. We're having like an outbreak of a certain disease that was being spread like partially by that. So like that makes sense to me. Like it's a cultural thing, and it's like, hey, we should stop doing this cultural thing. There's all kinds of cultural things that can help spread disease that sometimes you shouldn't do.
I know.
But what about this? Why did the CDC have to warn? Like,
obviously, there's a lot of people
Who's
out there kissing cock.
Yeah, okay, chickens, cock.
Chickens.
I mean, I kiss cock, but not that. Let's see a different kind.
Well, it's not. Is it your pet cock?
Well, I don't really have any pet cocks.
Well, I mean, if you're in the furry family, this is for pets.
Do you know
there.
Who has a lot of pet cocks?
Who?
Yeah, you're gonna laugh when I say the answer. You know who has a lot of pet cocks? The guy who runs the How to Basic YouTube channel.
Yes.
No, seriously, he lives on a chicken farm. That's where he gets
Does he?
all the eggs.
Oh my fucking.
Yeah,
That's why he has so many eggs.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He revealed it in an interview. All the eggs that he
Blown.
destroys are all the expired ones that they can't sell. Yeah.
This man is a fucking genius. I love that guy even more now.
My favorite part about How to Basic videos is in the comments.
Meek.
No. My favorite part is in the comments. There's always, like, for an example, if it's like how to fix an Xbox where he destroys it, top comment every time. Kids in Africa could have eaten that Xbox, like all the time. It's always that meme. But like people like flip it around and they're like, Xboxes in Africa could have eaten those children. And like, it's just.
You know what I know though? I want to know how he cleans up every single time because like he makes a fucking mess. I want to know how long it takes him.
I feel like he has like a dedicated room that he just like hoses away.
I don't know. I want to know. I really like. That's my number one question for that man right now. He's like, in his last one, he was throwing paint around. I'm like, how do you wash that off? Like, you just repaint afterwards? Like, I don't know. Like, how do you do this?
He posts videos like every 2 days too.
I know, and that's the
and
thing.
I'm sitting here thinking like this would be like a week cleanup effort.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna have to like clean the tile grout, and I'm gonna have to like scrub everything.
It was the one how to paint your nails. First he was like painting, and then he dumped like nails, like nailing into a wall, and then dump paint on them, and like eggs and fucking. I don't know.
How to Basic.
I haven't watched any of his newer. Like, I haven't watched any of this newer stuff in a long time, except.
You need to catch up.
There's a few different genres that he does now. Every video is like a little like he's got a couple memes that he keeps going with every once in a while. But yeah, anyway. So,
kissing your pet chicken can spread salmonella. The Center for Disease Control warns. I didn't know that this was. I mean, there's a lot of foxes out there. They like cock.
You like cock?
No. Well, I mean, depends on kind.
Call bullshit. You're a fox. You have no choice. If you're a fox, yes, you like cock. That's it.
I raid the farmer's place all the time.
For his dick.
A new notice from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention warns people not to get too cuddly with their pet chickens anymore.
Don't cuddle your cock.
The agency isn't clucking around.
But
take a drink.
That was really bad.
Apparently, affection puts owners at risk for contracting salmonella. We do not recommend snuggling or kissing the birds or touching them to your mouth, because that is certainly one way people will become infected with salmonella. Megan Nicholas, a veteran with the CDC, told the National Public Radio, while poultry do appear clean, they do carry bacteria. So wash your cock. The CDC says there's been an uptick in salmonella infections from live poultry and linked to more people keeping fowl like chickens, ducks, and turkeys in their backyard as pets. This year, more than 180 people have contracted salmonella in the U.S. from the contract with backyard poultry, according to the CDC. 33 of them had to be hospitalized, and the agency reports that 45 salmonella outbreaks were linked to live poultry from 1991 to 2012. In 2012, 195 cases of salmonella were reported nationwide in a 6-month period. Of those who became ill, 79% reported having contact with live chickens the week before they got sick. Chickens carry salmonella in their digestive tracts, and it comes out in their feces. From there, the germs can spread to cages, coops, feed, water dishes, hay, plants, soil, and areas the birds live and roam. God, they're so dirty.
Dirty birds.
Dirty bird.
Dirty bird.
My mind just thought of a bird in fetish gear. Like just bondage gear and just being like, dirty bird. And then I thought of Zimaro.
Nice.
Could you imagine a bird all in leather? I feel like they need to make leather bird outfits.
I feel like that'd be a thing Family Guy would do.
That
a
hurts.
bird in like just BDSM full out.
I feel like that'd be something American Dad would do, actually.
I don't know. Family Guy already has the chicken. They
That's-
do have
that's
a
true.
cock.
Yeah. A giant cock.
Cock fighting. They do fight the cock quite a bit.
Peter fights the cock a lot.
A lot. So.
Can I just ask, how did chickens become cocks? How did the cock become the name for it?
Well, they've always been called that. And I think actually the slang term for chicken being called cock actually came before the slang term of calling a penis a cock, if I remember correctly. But I don't know.
I just want to know like the association of it. At what point in time was someone's like, wow, someone was like, wow, your dick really looks like a chicken. I'm going to call it a cock from now on.
I don't know.
I mean, the tip is so red.
It was great.
And that's where it began. The main reason why the agency also recommends not keeping chickens as pets in the house or around the house. While the bacteria isn't harmful to the birds, it can make people very sick. People who snuggle chickens or touch their stuff are putting themselves at risk for infection.
Foxes.
If they don't wash their hands afterwards. The best way to reduce the risk for salmonella exposure is to wash your hands after touching chickens, and to make sure kids who touch them wash their hands too. The CDC says that young children are especially at risk, since they are more likely to put their fingers in their mouths after touching chickens. Salmonella's exposure is also one of the reasons why public health officials have warned against giving kids baby chicks as Easter gifts. It is also worth noting that CDC has also flagged pet turtles, rodents, as vectors for salmonella, and recommends that the owners do not kiss them either.
There we go. So I would just like to kind of shout out a video. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I just want to kind of play the intro for it because it's interesting.
It's this instead. Furries! Love them? Hate them? Indifferent? No matter what your opinion of them is, and no matter if you are one or not, you have to admit that from the outside looking in, the furry community is different. But I mean, that can be said of most subcultures. But many people, both in this subculture and outside of it, all wonder, why? Why does this particular subculture exist? What's going on in the psyche of its members to make them feel this way towards anthropomorphized animals? And I'm being serious. This is in no way a joke. This is a factual and in-depth look at why being furry is a thing.
So he actually does a fantastic video. The guy is Noggin. That's G-N-O-G-G-I-N. G-N-O-G-G-I-N. If you just YouTube search "why do furries exist," you'll most likely find the video. And I just highly recommend checking it out. I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's like 20 minutes long, but he does an absolutely fantastic job. I actually watched the whole thing, and he just goes really in depth, and especially for someone who isn't a furry, he got a lot of information really right. He goes over every aspect of the fandom, everything, the suiting, the conventions, the sexuality, the story writing, the art, everything, and he just did a really good job. So yeah, shout out to Noggin, G-N-O-G-G-I-N on YouTube for that. So next, after this, I have something a bit ridiculous. And this is, I'm actually going to show this on the video feed, only because it's WikiHow. And for those of you, I'm just going to say this. If you have never been to WikiHow, you are missing out. The best part is the illustrations. There are so many stupid WikiHow articles, and they're amazing. So this one is how to make people think you are a werewolf. That's actually what it says. This is a full article.
I missed this in our news.
It's so great. So part 1 of 2, do some casual convincing. Disappear for a while at night or at a full moon. I'm actually going to pull something on my computer.
I really want to do this. Just every full moon, just disappear.
So it gets better. 2, be very protective of the ones you love. Let's keep going. 3, walk like a wolf. This will depend on what wolf you want to be. The alpha stand tall and walk with pride. And there's just all these like stupid illustrations. So, okay, we'll keep going. Practice 3 different stares. Werewolves can look menacing and outright scary if they're angry. Practice pulling on several different stares to perfect the impersonation. So let's see, number 5. Target someone who loves wolves or is very connected with animals. Number 6, after a full moon night, put some dirt and leaves on your clothes and hair.
Oh my god.
It gets even better. Part 2 of 2, taking the impersonation to the next level. Number 1, at places with many people, move as if you're hunting, and they've got a guy with a hoodie on.
That's not gonna get suspicious at all. Nope.
Number 2, when you sleep in wolf positions. For example, curl up in a ball in the dark corner, or lay with both hands and legs straight in front of you. See, I sleep like that normally anyway.
That's because you're a wolf.
Okay, sure, yeah. 3, hang out with canines more than people. Don't break away from friends altogether, but if you were a werewolf, you would feel more comfortable around canines. Number 4, comment on smells. Don't be cheesy though, only if you're good at acting. Number 5, if someone accuses you of being a werewolf, deny it quickly.
Are you a... No!
No! No! Act angry and be worried. Give them the enemy look and tell them never to bring up the subject again. Don't get in a fight about it. Number 6, if you're a boy, let your hair grow so it looks like you're quite furry. And that's it. And then here's tips at the bottom.
Oh my god.
Put full moon reminders on sticky notes on your wall, or if you have a calendar or on your phone as a reminder. If anybody notices, change the topic and ask them to never mention it again.
I love that notion. Just when someone mentions it, deny it quickly and then proceed to tell them never mention this again.
When you cry or are sad, try to make slight wolf-like whining sounds. Act brave and like you're not afraid of anything. I like how that's just a bullet point. Just act brave like you're not afraid.
Wow.
Make sure you can pull it off. Practice growling. Don't put on a werewolf costume or anything. Never take acting like a wolf too far or people will think you're crazy. Wear yellow or red contact lenses if you can. At a sleepover, you should disappear in the middle of the night, but make it noticeable. If someone threatens you, stand your ground and stare at them with your head slightly tilted, or give them a face with a fierce, shadowy look. After a full moon, act like you didn't get very much sleep. And they go on and on and on and on. Warnings, never actually attack anyone. It's a bullet point.
I will eat you alive.
So yeah, there we go. WikiHow, absolutely ridiculous. Just, yeah.
Well, I know what I'm doing.
Part 1 of 2, do some casual convincing. 2, take it to the next level.
There's so many on there. Like, there's one of my favorite ones is like how to be a wolf. That's another one that's on there that's really funny. There's tons of really, really great WikiHow articles. But yeah, so that's how to be a werewolf. I forgot that stupid cat dragon thing opened up. All right.
Got Obama just screwing up laws again.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Obama. Woman tells police Obama legalized counterfeiting. Let me continue. When Pamela Downs was arrested for allegedly trying to pass off counterfeit money, she supposedly gave the cops that she thought it was reasonable explanation. Obama made it legal.
Right. Okay.
I feel like people come up with the best excuses, and I really love it because I just want to like speed, and then a cop pulls you over, and be like, "No, Obama made this legal."
Do it. Next time you get pulled over.
Just steal something from a store and be like, what the hell are you doing?
Wait.
Excuse me. Obama made this legal.
Stealing from a store is not illegal, from what we've learned.
Oh, from what we learned from the drunk veteran.
Drunk veterans, well, fursuiting has told us. Stealing from a store is not illegal. You can do it.
Steal everything.
Steal everything were his exact words. This was also the guy cleaning his fingernails with a switchblade at the bar. He was also the drunkest guy at the bar. Drunkest guy at the bar with a switchblade. Not exactly the greatest combo.
Yeah, fuck you two. Where I was sitting next to him.
You were the one that blew it out of proportion. We were calm about it.
You were not calm.
We were calm.
You were fucking
no. Listen, time the fuck out.
No, I'm not timing the fuck out here.
You were sitting next to the guy. Zed was next to you, and I was next to Zed. I'm like, that guy's a switchblade. We need to leave. I'm like, hey, let's go. And you're like, just sitting there. I'm like, that's when I was like, Pharaoh, do you want to get stabbed? Like, are you looking to die tonight? And you're just like, just sip my drink. Like, you were suspicious. If we all three of us got up and walked away at the same time, no big deal. But you had to fuck it up.
I was the closest. I was in the range. So you know what?
So why didn't you walk away?
I'm not gonna piss off the guy with the knife.
So
you have me to block you. I had no one. You know what? If I was in your spot, you know what I would do? Hey, CJ, that guy has a fucking knife. Bye, we're leaving. That's pretty much what you did to me. So I was like,
that's not even close. Not even close. You should just walked away with us. Well,
I was going to.
Luckily,
I would casually walk away.
We did casually walk. We got our drinks from the bar. We picked them up, and bye-bye.
After telling me, do you see that guy has a knife? He's going to stab you.
Time the fuck out. A, he's old, so he probably couldn't hear us. Anyways,
that was the level.
Wow. Wait, time out. There was music blasting because of karaoke. I was like in your ear, like, Pharaoh, that guy has a knife. We should probably leave. He couldn't hear that.
You guys were not quiet next to me. It was loud enough to where I was like, I felt uncomfortable because I was like, because Zed especially was not quiet about it.
Oh, he bounced. He was like, I'm out. I was like, I'm pretty sure we texted you as well.
Essentially, if I see someone next to me with a knife or something, I'm going to casually make conversation or something and not make it awkward or say, that nigga's gonna stab you. And like bounce away from me and make a scene. I feel like you made a scene.
We got our drinks from the bar and we walked away. Because we're like, we all noticed, oh shit, this dude's got a knife. Oh, but granted. In the end, he turned out to be harmless. But still, it was a little unsettling seeing a guy just whip out a switchblade, just, oh, look, I'm going to clean my fingers at a bar, because that's a good idea. Sorry.
Listen, I was the closest one. I saw it as soon as it came out. I wasn't going to say anything, because when someone pulls out a knife and starts cleaning up the internet, the last thing I'm going to do is, make some kind of statement like, I don't even know. So I was just like, casually let him do his thing, casually continue drinking, and then I'm going to slowly back away once I feel comfortable. I'm not going to like run away from this because then that's awkward.
Run away.
You going to finish your article that you barely started? It was a good story, though. It's a good story.
Steal everything.
We learned a lesson.
Just steal everything.
Steal everything.
We legit were talking about him outside. He's like, I was a veteran, and I did all this other stuff. He's awesome.
He was really
awesome. Cool. He was awesome, cool.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Word of advice to you, though: steal everything." He goes, "I'm not gonna pay for shit. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk into that building over there. It's like 7-Eleven. He goes, and what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get 2 beers. I'm gonna walk right the fuck out. You think he's gonna stop me? Fuck no. I'm a veteran." And he's like drunk as hell. And he goes, "That's what I've learned from this country. Steal everything."
That's terrible.
That's probably the greatest advice I've ever received.
It was probably the greatest advice I've ever heard someone. Like, because he was legit. And he was like, "You think they're gonna stop me?" He goes, "Hell no, they're not gonna stop me. If they're gonna try to, I'm just gonna stare at them."
Didn't you say like something like he's like, I'm a crazy old veteran or something? He's like, they're gonna fucking touch me or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he was like, I got crazy eyes, something like that. He goes, they aren't gonna stop me.
If that dude walked into my corner store and I was like, and he looked at me, I'd be like, bro, take whatever you want. You're good. You're clear. I'm not gonna call the police. He was nice.
He was a nice man. I feel like he could be intimidating. I mean, he was intimidating.
He was very intimidating.
He's not a person I would fuck with. Definitely not a person I would fuck with.
No.
If he walked up to me and said, "I'm stealing this shit," I'd be like, "Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go on your way.
I'll pay for it for you.
Thank you for serving this country. I got your back."
I got you, bro.
Anyhow. Well, Obama, he's made things legal. Downs, 45, was arrested after an incident on Sunday where she allegedly gave a gas station employee in Kingston, Tennessee, a suspicious-looking $5 bill. The arresting officer noted that the curious currency appeared to have been printed on a home printer with two sides glued together.
Oh, God.
Wow. So they fucking just inkjet like 8.5 by 11 paper just cut and then glued. Like...
They didn't even double print. Like you have printers nowadays that can print on both sides.
Yeah, the ones at work we have do that.
Yeah, she like printed out one page, printed out another page,
and glued it,
then glued it together, probably with like a glue stick.
Like some people go to a lot of effort. They like use a certain type of paper, use a certain type of ink. They like throw it into like a dryer or a washing machine to like make it look wrinkled, and they like put a lot of work into that. And it's just like no, this woman just glued two pieces of printer paper together.
I give her like a D for effort. I'll give her the D.
According to police, Downs said that she received the counterfeit cash from the gas station, but never inspected it. After she consented to a search of her purse, the officer said that they found a fake $100 bill, printed in black and white, and the back of the bill was glued upside down incorrectly.
So it was like upside down?
She just really fucked up.
That one, that was like her practice.
I tried on this one. I couldn't afford enough color ink, so this one came out in black and white.
Maybe I'll get someone who's colorblind.
I think I need to clean my inkjet printer. I need to like
she goes up to cash. Are you colorblind? No. Okay, I'll be back. She's finally just. Are you colorblind? Yes. Why would you ask that? Here's 100.
The fact that it's like stiff and doesnn't move like a regular bill because it's glued together. Don't mind that. That's normal.
It's fine.
And have you touched money at a furry con? I mean, that's kind of the same.
Was it dipped in?
What I don't understand is like there are people who put a lot of effort into cloning money, and it's really difficult because there's so many security features on money these days, right?
Yeah.
Like no matter what currency and what country you're in, there's a million security features. That's just the way it is now.
We have 3D printers nowadays,
right? Not that, but I mean, like what I'm saying is, you can't fucking 3D print cotton, you idiot.
But what if you can?
The more you know.
What if that's the next upcoming thing?
I'm gonna 3D print my bills.
I'm gonna print a T-shirt today.
Okay.
I feel like printing a new T-shirt. The police allegedly found receipts from Walmart for the printer and the copy paper. At the point, Downs was arrested and charged with counterfeiting according to the paper. She had every bit of evidence on her. She had the receipts saved from buying the ink, buying the printer.
That's amazing.
The fucked up bills that she tried in her purse. And then the one that she was like proud of, like, this is my handiwork. This is the best one yet.
This is it.
I'm gonna go get something at a fucking corner store. Wow. Oh, that's ridiculous.
The way it gets better. Officer said when Downs was at the jail, she said that she had read online about a law that allowed people to with fixed incomes to print their own money.
What?
What?
No.
That Obama made it legal.
Wow.
Quote unquote. I don't give a shit. All these other bitches get to print money, so I can too.
Sounds like a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. Very naturalist. I like to print my own money. I don't like touching the money that's been touched by Obama's hands.
It's cleaner.
It is very cleaner. It's healthier too.
You know that Obama touches all the money? He's just like,
what if somebody was kissing a cock and then touched the money?
Oh, man.
Obama actually rubs his ass on all the fresh new dollar bills. I've heard that.
Yeah, it's true.
It is true.
There you go. Is there more to this ridiculous article?
Downs was apparently referring to the 2009 article entitled "Obama Wants Citizens to Print Their Own Money."
Okay, so that's the headline of the article. What does it actually say?
From The Skunk, a news parody website that provides tasteless American satire for the ill-informed.
She read a fucking Onion article. I mean, effectively, not exactly the Onion, but...
Officers who searched Downey's home said they found counterfeit bills totaling $30,000 to $50,000.
Holy shit!
That's a lot of printer paper.
It's a lot. That's like a lot of paper.
That's a lot of glue. She must have sat at home like
she lost money making these.
She like said, did she like have like just sit there and just glue bills back and forth to each other? She could have just saved herself so much time if she just got the printer that, automatically pulls the sheet back in. But
you guys are listening to FurCast live on XBN. We'll be back after a quick 10 to 15 minute music break. You guys are listening to FurCast live on XBN. We'll be back after another 4-minute track here. Just want to remind everyone that a hard drive in the RAID array for the server that is the central control server for the chat room has failed. The hosting provider is aware of it, and they're working on fixing it. They have some scheduled maintenance scheduled for originally 11 p.m. Eastern Time, eventually scheduled for midnight, hopefully, if we've convinced them. The chat room may go down, but the show will continue. We'll be back in just a bit. Hi guys. So the person who made this remix is in the chat room right now, and his name is Vioti. He's a coyote and he likes hugs, so if you're in the chat room before it goes down, you better give him some hugs. So everybody hug the fuck out of Vioti. Speaking of remixes that Vioti's done, I have another one. I wasn't originally going to play this. I had actually just loaded 2 of his remixes up because I was just going to, like, play one of them. But it's really hot in here and the air conditioner is going crazy. So we're just going to play one more and then we'll be back after that. So this is another remix by, this remix is by DJ Alex Phantom, which is totally a different person. Trust me. You guys are listening to FurCast. You did that when I left the thing on, but you can do it again.
No. I think it worked pretty well.
Do it again.
If I'm doing it again, I want Demon.
No.
No.
You guys are listening to FurCast. live on XBN. That was 2 great remixes by VOD in the chat room. Shout out to him. We're going to jump into, I guess, email.
Email.
Yeah, email.
Email.
Yes. It's like male, but it's like male instead of female. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing.
Email.
Anyway, well, since the new email theme that we have is so long and this one's annoying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the old email theme super fast. So here it goes.
Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
There we go. And that's the reading mail thing. It was supposed to play the FurCast live trigger. Whoops. Anyway, hi, my name is Kepler and I'm a dingo. Okay, well,
dingo.
Hope you enjoy eating babies. I recently started watching your show, very recently. In fact, episode 200 was my first, and I fell in love with it. It was so funny, and I absolutely love watching it. I listened to the last couple of episodes, and they've helped me laugh even when I was feeling down. So I just wanted to thank you for all of your hard work. I hope to see you guys at AC next year, or the following year. Don't ever stop making episodes of this. There will always be someone to watch it. I am super excited for your other podcast shows. I will watch all of them. I hope your days are going on well, and I can't wait for this week's episode. Thank you for all of what you do. It makes my day watching a new episode. Now, I have a question for you all, or a couple, give or take. What was it like making FurCast in the beginning compared to today? Is it harder, more fun, etc.? Would you like... Okay, I'm going to actually stop there. That's interesting. I feel like FurCast a long time ago was us more trying to figure out what we wanted to do, whereas now we kind of know how we are, and we know how we jive. Really, the difficult part now is finding A, time, and B, content. Probably the 2 biggest things now.
I have no trouble finding content. It's just my mood.
Yeah, mood is a lot of it.
And the temperature.
Yeah, temperature in this room is like 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which, for those of you who don't live in the US or in North America, that's 35 degrees Celsius.
I think it's hotter. I honestly think it's hotter.
I don't think it is. I think it's just a lot of humidity. Keep in mind, it's like 35 degrees Celsius with 100% relative humidity. So yeah, it's pretty bad. But anyway, so what's different? Really, it's just how much we know, how much we're aware of in terms of what's going to go good, what's going to go bad, right? Like now that we've done this show so much, we understand our chemistry. So it's a little bit easier to understand that stuff. Technically, it's gotten a lot... It's gotten a lot more complicated, but it's also gotten easier because, like, it's taking down the studio is a lot easier than it used to be because I pretty much designed the shelf to work with it, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, at a technical level, we've gotten used to it. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like cars, right? Like when you drive your first car, it's like, you know, that might be a little weird. You got to get used to it. And then later on, it's like, you know, maybe the car you own 10 or 20 years from now is like more complicated, but at the same time, you're much better at driving. So, you know.
What?
Well, maybe not your... Well, you know, I would still say your cars get more complicated because you do a lot more to them. You put a lot more specific work into them, and you know a lot more of what you're doing. So,
true.
You know.
True that.
Like, I'm sure your drift car is a lot more...
Yeah, like trying to get into your new car with that roll cage.
Yeah. That's why I don't drive it anymore. On the street, at least. On the street. Sucks.
I'll never forget when you put a mark on the road in front of my house because we tried pushing your car and your car was so close to the ground.
It was so low that I actually like left a mark on the arch of the road, like the natural arch of the road. So like, you know, the water runs to the sides. My car literally couldn't clear that. It just like we had issues. We had issues pushing it over just that. It was, and there you look and there's just like a big scrape mark. I'm like, wow, I feel accomplished yet so retarded. Like
low issues.
My car is so low, I literally can't drive it on the street. Like, what good is that?
It's funny now that you have a car that literally was so low that you could hardly drive on the street. Now you have a truck that's like so high.
And I have the van that's so rapist.
Nice.
Anyways.
That picture you took of it like on the side of the road outside that looks like Suzy Q's looks so sketchy.
It is a Suzy Q's.
For those of you who don't know, CJ basically owns a free candy van, like essentially.
But it's got windows.
It's got windows,
but
it's a free candy van.
I like to have an audience when I'm doing my raping, okay? That's bad. I shouldn't make that kind of name for like my
It is a massive van. You need to get a chandelier for that.
I need LEDs. I need a lot.
We need blinds.
I need to make blinds for it.
I still think you should put a shag carpet in there.
I could. It would get wrecked so quick, though.
That's true.
All I have to do is just go in there and brush my fursuit a few times.
I'm still finding blue
Let's not talk about that. Anyway, so is it harder, more fun? I would say that the fun goes in phases. I would say like original FurCast was really fun. Then maybe it was very daunting. Then there was, there's always drama. It goes in phases. I would say right now FurCast has been very fun to do. I've enjoyed it a lot. But I feel like in maybe a year or two ago, like
kind of like the highlight of my week because I still just do it like just for fun. I mean, that's one of my things that I just love doing.
Yeah, FurCast is definitely something I look forward to and think about a lot. But anyway, so that's an email. That's pretty much it. Actually,
so what's funny is like I feel like we have episodes where like we think it's like the shittiest fucking episode in the world. People are like, that was amazing. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah, there's been a few episodes where like either you or me or both of us will be in a bad mood and it's just terrible. And that's the other problem is that it's how the FurCast episode goes almost entirely based on our mood and not necessarily a lot of other stuff. But anyway, any of you guys have an email?
I do.
Yeah, okay. I do.
Oh shit!
I'll go first.
Scissor for it.
You want a scissor for that?
Yeah.
Right here on the bed?
Yeah.
Scissor sisters.
All right, CJ, why don't you go first?
I have a very important question.
All right.
Where the hell did DJ Paul go? Is he not allowed in the cons anymore? Please resurrect
DJ Paul
him.
is actually banned from the con. He partied too hard.
DJ Paul is love. DJ Paul is life. From Katoma, from Norway. Where's he been, Pharaoh?
He's been chilling in rooms. He's been going to room parties.
He has a new SPH.
He actually has his own crowd now. Paul kind of...
He's got his own clique.
He's got the cool kids now.
He's too cool for us.
Yeah, he's too cool for us.
He's a DJ.
What were we talking about? No. The drive.
What drive?
What?
His ancestors.
What?
Oh my God.
Story. I didn't hear about this.
The drive down to AC once again, where Taint Saints was born.
Taint Saints.
DJ Paul has. We were
with a lineage. We were talking about his family tree.
We were talking about like his family tree and like how like other appendages like are his like ancestors, and I was
I was in the back of the car and I go. Ancestors,
because they were hands, not feet. So he has ancestors. DJ Paul
has ancestors.
I'm just gonna go out on a whim here and say that you guys
are retarded. Yes.
And no, the whole ride down, none of us were drinking.
Yeah,
that was what I was gonna say.
Okay,
no, you guys were not intoxicated when this happened.
No, these are all of us sober.
The 3-hour drive down to Anthrocon was the most obnoxious. Just I don't know what depths of our minds that we access when we all get together and drive somewhere, but it's fucked up.
Do you remember when we were driving back from the Delaware furry ball event? When I was Farrah, you, me, and Meek, we came up with an online cryptocurrency similar to like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, except it would be like you could give a fuck nugget. So like, it was like a unit of fuck. So then what would happen is if you didn't give somebody money, you didn't give a fuck. And then what would happen is coins were shits. So like a penny was a shit. So there's 100.
You can always give
there's 100 shits because you can always give a shit, right? But then like
you don't always give a fuck.
Oh my god!
You know how if like somebody like their pocket like leaks all over a couch and it's like, oh man, you left your shit here, and it's like you left your shit, and it's like pennies. And then we came up with this whole thing where
so we legit so that we could pretty much create a whole currency where it'd be just shits and fucks,
and you could like totally give a fuck to charity.
Wow.
Exactly. We went through we talked about this a while.
And then we sat at a rest stop and we were like, we weren't intoxicated, but we were, because it was an 8-hour drive. So we were super tired, right? And
no, this is just me naturally.
We sat down at a rest stop and
for an hour.
We thought we were done with this. And we were talking about this for just hours, talking about this. And
we must have said shit and fuck in this rest stop, right?
Meek sits down at the table. Right. We got our food. Meek sits down at the table and he said, I feel like a million fucks. And I don't know why, but it was just that perfect moment.
See, but that's
where we were done.
We
lost our shit.
Because we changed a buck. You just give a fuck. So instead of giving a buck to someone, you give a fuck to someone.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, we were done. Like we just that was our minds for the whole day.
I feel like a million fucks.
I missed that boy.
So,
but I don't know. I still love that because it works out so well.
It does.
You can use it for every situation.
Really
because
I don't give a fuck.
But people give shit. You'll take a shit or give a shit. People give a shit all the time. So, if you have coins as shit, pretty much are, you give shit all day.
You don't necessarily give a fuck.
But you're not going to necessarily give a fuck.
Yeah.
Why?
It's pretty brilliant.
See, it is.
So, but the actual cryptocurrency would be a fuck nugget. So it'd be a unit of fuck.
That would be the unit of fuck. A fuck nugget.
Right. Fuck nugget.
Yeah.
Literally a nugget.
I think we came up with other words for like if you had like 10 fucks or if you had like 100. I don't remember what it was.
100 fucks.
Anyway, you had an email, Pharaoh?
Oh yeah, because you did yours on Paul the Leg.
Okay, it's really hot in here. Can you read that email so we can end the show? We're gonna be done after Pharaoh reads his email, by the way.
I'm just saying.
It never starts good.
I'm just saying.
It's never a good start, is what I meant.
I need to hit the one button.
Hey there, Pharaoh. How you doing? My name's Tyler, and I don't mean to make this email out to be special and whatnot, but as we know, Anthrocon was last weekend, and I attended. In fact, it was my first convention ever. And by golly, I did have a blast.
Good. Awesome.
Being with the people I love very much, who I have been with for years and years, or talked to for years and years, I couldn't have asked for more. By the way, how did your weekend go?
Anthrocon was pretty... a lot of people always say, how did Anthrocon go? And you know what I always say? I always say Anthrocon is in its own, it's in its own league. Like, it doesn't really compare to other cons.
I just say it went. It was. It was AC.
Yeah, AC, it was AC. It was good.
I still have a little bit of con crud from this con. I think more of a post-nasal drip, but anyway. My best description for AC this year is, because past years I've always been disappointed in it, and it's not the fact that I'm disappointed in the con itself. It's that so many things happen at the same exact time.
Yeah.
That it is literally a choose-your-own adventure.
That is actually a great way to describe Anthrocon.
Like every other con, you have enough time to accomplish anything you want to do. AC, to me, is always, you reach so many points where it's a choose-your-own adventure. And you're always going to be upset that you missed out on something.
The problem with AC is that it's not the number of people. It's the fact that there's so many places that you could possibly be at any one given time, and there's always something going on that you're missing. No matter who you are, no matter how popular you are, no matter how fast you run around, you are always missing something. You will always come back from AC hearing about something you weren't there for. That's just the way that con goes.
That's actually probably the most accurate. So it's like I've learned over the years. I used to get really upset because I was like, oh my god, there's so many people I didn't see. So many things I didn't do at this con. I feel like I didn't accomplish anything this whole weekend, and it's not. So it's taking me years to figure this out. And it's not that you don't accomplish anything. It's just that you have a list of things that are all happening at the same time. So say it's 3:00. There's a panel going on. There's maybe 2 panels going on. There is, your friends going out to eat. There's people fursuiting, and there's people going down the waterfront. And you're just choose your adventure now. Dun, 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 dun. And it's fuck, I really want a suit. I haven't eaten anything yet. I really want to go out to dinner. I haven't eaten a dinner with those 2 people. Oh, but I really want to go to this panel. I just want to see, this panel that I think would be really fun to go to. Suit, and then you get in suit and you go suiting, but you missed those other things.
That was one of the reasons that I almost liked. I almost liked being on AV staff because it was I was obligated to be in the ballroom to run stuff for a couple of events, and I was just kind of I was I can just relax in here. I was this no, seriously. I mean, it was this concert's going on, and I don't have to be anywhere else. If anybody says you want to go out to eat, I could just say nope. But that actually felt good because normally you don't have that feeling, and then you have all these obligations and things, and you feel like you're neglecting your friends. But the other thing is, half my friends are on the AV crew, so I was sitting there oh man, maybe I should go check. Wait a minute, half my friends are here. This is it. This is where I should be, and it was very interesting having that feeling. And somebody in the chat room, Colsar says, I volunteered partly for that reason. It tied me down. And I totally agree with that. It's the way it is half the time with this kind of stuff.
So I mean, that's how AC has always been for me. It's always a choose-your-own-adventure convention.
I don't know. This year it felt really lackluster for me. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know if it's because I'm just getting sick of AC just because of how it is and how big it is and There's people that it's like,
and also AC says no to a lot of things that we value.
Yeah.
So you know,
there's people that I still didn't see, and I was like,
think that's the thing is that I feel like AC is the kind of the once over with people that you haven't seen in a while. It's not, you don't really hang out unless you purposely seek to only hang out with like one person or go out to hang out with just one person. A lot of times it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't even occur. Like AC is like one of the cons where you're not gonna like see all your friends and chill with all of them. It's you're gonna see some of your friends chill. You could pick and choose which ones you want to hang out with, or if you can get them all together and hang out, then that's pretty much what's gonna happen.
Yeah. At the end of the day, for anybody who's listening to the show, who's like, you know, trying to get into the furry fandom, you're a new furry or something, you've never been to a con. The best way I can say it is AC is not good or bad. It's just not like any of the other cons. It's different. It's in its own unique. It just feels different than a lot of the other cons. It serves a different purpose in your mind, in what you're excited for, in what you go to it for. So, you know, definitely, you know, if AC is your first con, if it's your fifth con, doesn't matter. It's just, it's...
AC was my first con, and I still, you know, pay homage to it. I still love AC. I love the city. I love AC in the sense that I love how it is kind of a different con, but at the same time, I love the city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the thing that is awesome about AC is the venue.
The ballroom for AC, the Pittsburgh area, the people, the air, like everything is just amazing in its location.
Well, you know what the other thing? I just want to say this about AC as well, and the camera just came back. There are restaurants less than a block away from AC that I still have not been to. Mm-hmm. And that's a big deal, though. Like, at other cons, like, I can't even count how many fucking times I've been to Chili's at MCFC. Like, it was like every other day. It was like Chili's. Like, there's nothing. The whole area is empty. Whereas AC, like, there's still a whole section of the Pittsburgh city that I've never even seen.
Well, it's also because it's downtown.
And it's downtown,
But the only thing that sucks is that because it is downtown, all the food places usually close
at like
early.
Like 9, 10.
Yeah.
It sometimes even earlier than that.
The only place that was open late was what? Subway?
And Permane Brothers.
And them.
Yeah. And Permane Brothers, like I love going there with the AV crew, because at the AV crew, we always go there at like 2 a.m. or whatever, and we fucking mob the place. And I love going to Permane Brothers, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want that necessarily every day. And I also don't necessarily want that to be like my main course meal. Like, Permane Brothers is kind of like a, you know, Saturday night you go out with your friends kind of restaurant. It's not like you're going to feel healthy after you eat that food. It's burgers with coleslaw and french fries on the burgers. Okay, come on. You know, it's not...
Then again, you were there like every night.
Yeah.
AC is a con that I could actually spend... I feel like I could spend a week at because of the fact that I feel like it's the only way I can ever get everything in. Like, because like, there's people that I want to hang out with beforehand. There's people.
Yeah, I would not mind AC being longer than it is, and I think that's why people started going on Wednesday.
Like, I feel like this is the only one con where I could see being there for a week, because I wanted to fursuit around Pittsburgh. I mean, that was one of the things I used to do. You know, I did it on prior years, or I did it even when I didn't have a suit. What? Oh,
that feels so good.
And like, even when I just had the lab coat and like the gloves and went out and met like the mad scientist, and they controlled the other two furs that I was with, like Tycoon, Lycus, and a few others, before I even had a suit. The best thing was just going around the city of Pittsburgh.
You still need to do like a day trip.
I know, but
that'd be fun.
That was another thing I never had time for. So I don't know. I just feel like AC. There's always something that you're gonna miss out on, and there was a few panels. I missed the jazz concert, which I really wanted to go to.
Some of the concerts was really good, although a lot of the concerts were kind of a loop of the same musicians just doing different songs every time. But it was still brilliant.
That's something that sucks, though, is if you're not in the main hotel. That's why I refuse to be in any hotel besides, I think it's the Courtyard.
I will always be in main hotel at every con.
Either the Courtyard isn't too bad either. That one's nice for this con. So Courtyard or Weston, I can't do any other ones. I did the Omni. No. It just... Because then you're walking like 2-3 blocks.
And it also just feels weird to be separated from the con. Like some people like that. Some people actually like the feeling of like so to speak leaving the con to go back to the room. Whereas for me, I like being in I get a high out of waking up in the bed and knowing I'm at the con. Like I spent a night at the con.
You know what pissed me off is I completely didn't realize it, but Fizz was right in the room next to me.
Really?
I was 904.
He's always that room.
I didn't remember that he was always 905. I know he always had a single room. I didn't know it was 905. So legit, he was the room right next to me the entire convention.
Nice.
The fuck does he get 905 every time?
He's staff. Two, he gets it because that's the room that they can put the projector in and everything. And
play the asteroids.
Yeah, so he like reserves the room early at a time.
He doesn't really. They have it reserved for him.
Yeah, the con reserves it for him. Yeah,
that's awesome.
But anyway,
we continue this email, I guess, because we got an tangent of AC.
And then we gotta end here because it's getting way too hot in here.
I can feel just beads of sweat rolling down every orifice of my
Everything that I touch is wet right now. It's ridiculous.
Kinky.
I'm down.
I got the wetness touch.
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Okay. Read.
so hot, I want to take my clothes off.
On another note, one of my buddies showed me the FurCast badge holder he got a hold of at AC, and I asked about it, so he showed me you guys' mobile app on my phone. And instantly, I snapped 2 pause fingers together, and I'm already hooked, and I can't stop listening to you guys.
We're sorry.
I thought that was actually very interesting that they found someone wearing the badge holder and was like, what is that? I need to know.
Yeah.
I already tapped in the 24/7 archive stream and I've given it a listen while I was driving somewhere, and I absolutely love you guys positively. I feel kind of bad though, being this late just now hearing about you, but I am sure that that's to be expected after all. During AC, I had no idea who you were at the time, but we actually stopped and chatted for a moment. Oh, well, I'm glad I got to chat with you.
Awesome. Glad I got to maybe chat with you too. I don't know if I was involved in that. There were a lot of people who like knew me at AC that I didn't know.
Shout out to all the fans.
You guys are all awesome.
Although I was not the one doing the talking. Yeah, I talk a lot. I apologize. I'll just get into conversations with people about.
All right, guys. Just want to say it is past 11 p.m. Eastern time right now, and the chat room is still up. So it looks like the hosting provider did listen, which means the chat room shouldn't go down until midnight. Just let's hope. They might randomly pull the power cable out.
Anyway, since I didn't know you, I wasn't the one doing the talking. I was just kind of standing there, and you were talking to my good friend who introduced me. But I just wanted to just compose this email because I was exploring the FurCast website and checking out all of your social medias, and I saw that you were the one with the censored sign. And I made a loud yet terrifying scream once I realized. I just had to send an email, and I really hope that your day is okay. Kind of worry a lot. I adore your show, guys. Please keep up the wonderful work. I appreciate everything you do and all the laughs you've already made me have. And most of all, it's a podcast that I can relate to. I'm a person who really hasn't gotten to know the furry fandom, mostly popular names and such, and I feel like listening to your podcast is just a little paw step closer to helping me out discovering the fandom even more. So sorry for being a long ranty email. I just want to get excited when I realized I couldn't keep my muzzle shut, and I'm saying take care, have a wonderful day, Pharaoh, and tell Paradox and the gang hi. Tyler.
So that's it for a show. Oh god, it's hot in here.
It just has me very moist.
Oh god. Anyway, well that's that. Wow. Can I just say that like I was kind of worried coming into the show. I was like, we're gonna fuck this up. I haven't done FurCast in a while. I haven't set up the studio in a while, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna forget how to operate all the equipment, and everything today just snapped into place. So thank you to you guys both for pulling off an awesome show. Thank you to Shisha for donating the beer from Belgium. This was absolutely excellent.
This was the most delicious thing I've ever had.
Yeah, this was.
Like, I can't even realize that this was alcohol. This was just like how.
Speaking as someone who never drinks, I appreciate this. It was good. I'd also like to shout out Anomaly from Australia, who sent in all the food. Anomaly, we had to move all the food out of the studio because it would be destroyed by now. But
we are destroyed right now.
Yeah, but next week we will eat the food live on the air. I'm going to actually put all of the chocolate in the refrigerator to make sure that it stays nice and good and stuff like that, and we'll eat that and try it all out. And meanwhile, this little plushy... I love this thing. This little... It's so cute. I like it.
It's funny because when I was running around AC, like I'm bad with names and I feel bad about that.
I'm sorry. It says I heart Australia, but the heart is upside down.
Get it?
Australia. Get it? Right? Is it? I don't know if it is though. I don't know if it's just the way it's sewn in.
No, it is. It is upside down.
Are you sure it's upside down?
No, it's Australia.
It's
not a heart. It's Australia.
Okay.
Wait, let me see.
What?
It is Australia.
Oh, it's heart. Oh, it's the shape of Australia. It just looks really weird. Yeah, you're right. That is the shape of Australia. Okay. never mind.
I would have been okay if they had the heart upside down. So
I would have been okay if it was an upside down heart.
Sense.
That would make sense. Yeah. Anyway.
Would it make sense for them or would it make sense for us?
Well, this is in a gift shop for tourists. So I'm imagining this is from a gift shop. Yeah, Australia. Yeah, okay. So I imagine this came from like a tourist gift shop. But anyway, you guys are listening to FurCast on XBN. We are burning fucking hot. Sweat is pouring down our face. No, it is not attractive. I have been your host for this evening, Paradox, the Red Wolf.
Well, I wasn't done yet. I wanted to mention one last thing.
Oh, go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead.
No, because I was just saying, I just wanted to give a shout out to all the fans that we did meet, all the people that did buy the badge holders or get a badge holder from us. We still have plenty of those to give away, and I still want to do a giveaway for those. Still want to do the 200th t-shirt. I had that one. We have one piece of art created for it, but I think you just looked way too cute, and I was like, wolves aren't this cute. Like, I don't know. Your face is just too happy.
Fuck you.
It's just like you're like too happy. You're like happier than I am happy. You're like,
I don't have any
that level of happy.
Cerny's gonna make a gif out of that. Anyway,
I don't even know what happened.
So what did you want to shout out?
Oh, I just wanted to shout out because literally at AC I kept going around and every time someone came up to me I was like, I'm getting your name down.
Oh really?
I was trying.
You have a list.
I was trying to actually make a list of people that I met and talked with for at least for a little bit of time. I know I didn't get everyone. There's so many people. And when I was in fursuit, nope. But I just want to say I was talking with Lisette, Hypertalon, Thrax, Midnight Wolf, Tech Cheetah, Hammer Wolf, Xander, Kyle, Kyrie, Black, and Leth, and Lucidas, which I hung out with Lucidas a ton at this con. That's usually what I like to do too, is every time I get a chance to hang out with a few people that kind of just chill with me or follow me around, and then we end up just joking around, yada yada yada. But Lucidas, and I think there was a couple other people too. Apologize, my name slipped the top of my head. That I actually got to hang out with and chill, just go to lunch, eat dinner, pretty much just shoot the shit, I guess. I don't know. I like doing that at cons too. It's like just going out with a few people, just relaxing, kind of away from the con, and just kind of grabbing a bite to eat or something like that. So
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah,
all right.
I'm just grateful for the people that enjoy the show, and I always love talking with people. So.
I've been your host for this evening, Paradox the Red Wolf.
I have been your reminiscing of AC Blue Fox host, Pharaoh.
I'm Pink. Bye.
I'm Bitch.
I've been CJ. Hi. Bye.
Hi.
Hi, bye.
Thanks for coming on, CJ.
No
It's always a blast. We'll see you guys next week. Yay, it's over.
What's funny is I meet a lot of fans too that I know I recognize right at the bat. I'll look and they're like, hey, how's it going? And I'll look, see their name, and be like, I know you from the chat room.
Bye YouTube.
Bye YouTube.
Bye YouTube.